7 o'clock in St. Louis. You're listening to The Morning After. It's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN from the Stifel studios. Welcome to the Healthcare Evolution. 7 o'clock hour. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne with you on the program. Little Jackie Papers, whose voice to me sounds stronger, Martin, because he just yelled at us while we were talking before the show. You're out of line, boy.
Yeah. I have a bad habit of saying things that are very offensive right before the show begins.
Martin sometimes toes that line of right before Mike's about to go on, he's talking. And
I'm about to get fired right as the show's
I'm looking out for you. I'm looking out for you.
No, I appreciate it, pal.
Because I'm the only one privy to the exact amount of time we have until things begin. So I try to do that. I'd rather be viewed as like yelling at you about something before it happens rather than reactive after something happens.
No, I appreciate that.
I think this Papers is loaded for bear. That's what I just decided.
Fired up. He's feeling himself again. You're back.
I know. I think you're back. I think you're back to a 10 out of 10. Or are you just mad that England lost and you cost us all money?
Not a 10 out of 10, but I'm feeling better for sure.
Hair's looking better.
Thanks, man.
Maybe a haircut soon?
Yeah, I'm getting a haircut today.
There it is.
Okay.
I can see it.
Gosh, it's all coming together for him.
This guy.
Maybe I try that. I feel like, Doug, I'm starting from literally zero. Papers, you were starting from like an 8 or 9. You were just harder on yourself, like you were starting at a 5 with that healthcare evolution.
Right.
What would you even call the process? I'm sure the great people at Healthcare Evolution, Logan Taylor and his team, would say, well, this is what it's called.
I don't know the exact title, and I don't want to say something that is inaccurate.
That's right.
I can tell you the process is quite simple and effective. Boy, how these are effective.
Yeah, you go to healthcare-evolution.com if you want to see your hair all of a sudden rejuvenated, I think would be the best way to describe it. Healthcare-evolution.com, sponsor of the 7 o'clock hour here on the Morning After. Also, if you're dealing with pain and you can't get in to see your doctor, you can get same-day pain relief from Healthcare Evolution. It's healthcare-evolution.com. We've got a Polos Plus dossier today that is like a legitimate show.
Kind of, yeah.
What's up with that?
I know. I don't like it. No. I'm uncomfortable.
It is. It's not right.
We're going to get you ready for the second half of the baseball season.
And we'll do so with friend of the program, I believe, at 8 o'clock, Mike McGreevy, live from Southern California.
That's 6 a.m. at his time?
Well, so we were talking yesterday, and I said, hey, whatever works for you, man. You're the one that's on vacation. So, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. We don't it's fun to have you on. We got other nonsense. We got to read The War Between Sharon and Clayton and the self-made stay-at-home Ladue mom. In other words, we've got plenty. We might have too much.
We might have to push you back.
Right. And he goes, well, what time works best for you guys? And I go, I don't know. I think 8 o'clock's the sweet spot.
Really?
8 o'clock Central. Okay. 6 o'clock your time. So if you don't want to do it, just don't do it. But then I didn't hear back. So now I'm like, I don't know. But I wouldn't blame him anyway. But either way, that could be fluid, although if I had to bet, he'll be on. Martin, you went and took a topic yesterday and you turned him into a guest today.
I decided, since we were discussing the great John Rodriguez, Johnny Load, I said, I had him on podcast a couple years ago, lives in that New York area, reached out, and he's going to be part of the 2006 celebration, which is coming up in September. And then I was told he's going to be part of a Field of Dreams Iowa Cardinals event with alumni.
Nice.
I don't really know what that's about.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
That's coming up I think in September as well. So Johnny Lowe, John Rodriguez, we can get into that too, with the skipper not liking his nickname. But just where are they now, Doug? I like that every once in a while.
Yeah. Did he play anywhere after the Cardinals?
No, it's funny because he had 295 when he got called up in 2005, and then hit 301 the next year. And then that was it. Yeah. I mean, he must have got hurt. I forget. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. He's with us at 8:30 on the Polos Plus dossier. And then Brad Thompson is always with us on Thursdays. Plus, you have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. Design Air Heating and Cooling, sponsor of our email today. That's the great Seth Goldcamp and his team online at DesignAirService.com. Any issues with your air conditioning here when it gets super warm this weekend? Oh, it's easy. You just go to DesignAirService.com, and they come out there and they say, here, it's fixed. It's going to get to 96 next Tuesday, Doug.
That's ugly.
But it's just a brief respite. Okay. 90 today, 91 Saturday, 92 Sunday, 93 Monday, 96 Tuesday, and then we drop off and get back to the mid-80s. But you run into issues with your air conditioning, you just go to designairservice.com and work with the company that Martin, Doug, and I all work with, and that is Design Air Heating and Cooling, the longest-running sponsor on TMA, and also the sponsor of our email of the day, coming up on the Polos Plus dossier at 9:45, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Ladies and gentlemen, now 7:05 in St. Louis, and, well, it's time for Doug Vaughn to answer his calling, which was given to him by Dustin McClendon and Lifetime Roofing.
Okay.
And they said, we know you guys are a bunch of clowns, and if we didn't do this, you wouldn't be able to find the lead story each morning, and we rely on you for that, but yet you sometimes don't get to it till around 9:30.
Yeah.
So we're going to create the Lifetime Roofing lead at lifetimeroofingstl.com, and we're going to entrust Doug Vaughn, a savvy veteran and a big wheel in the market, to guide this ship. And, Doug, there is no more important lead than the day after the All-Star break lead.
Yeah. Slow day in sports. I've thought about this. I think the lead is Argentina beating England.
Jackie Papers is getting a soft cow.
I think that was the biggest story of the day yesterday.
Papers, do you agree? He's the answer key.
I think it's the only live sporting event that really happened yesterday.
Why do you hate the ESPYs?
And my point stands.
Wow, Martin.
It's not a sporting event. It's not a sporting event.
Matty DiMaria winning Gatorade
good for
Player of the
her.
Year means nothing to you.
I thought that happened like last month.
No, it was last night.
I think this was another layer. Like, she was the soccer player of the year, and I think then she got the high school athlete of the year.
Overall, yeah.
Is that right?
All
Yeah.
athletes.
I didn't even know this happened.
You see, she scored 67 goals this last season. Yeah.
For those not familiar, and I would completely understand why, Koryezu Jr., soccer player, but she is leaving Koryezu, I believe. Tell me if any of this is wrong, Martin. You probably would know from Two Fox responsibilities. And was the National Player of the Year as a freshman. So we might have our own, who would be considered the best women's soccer player. See, I default to Mia Hamm, but I might be aging out here. What's that?
Amy Wambach?
Abby.
So
that shows that.
we are really qualified to talk about this. But you're right. She's going to North Carolina.
Yeah.
And what's interesting the last couple of years is people thought, well, she'll just go play for our national team. She'll just leave. But she played 3 seasons for Koryezu, National Player of the Year, freshman year and junior year. And the cool thing last night, I did not watch the ESPYs, but I saw clips online, and it was Jason Tatum who presented it, former Gatorade Player of the Year.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I happen to be watching at that one.
Look at you, you're a company man.
She scored 142 goals in her averaged 47 goals a year. I'm sure there's entire teams that don't score 47 goals over the course of a season. Probably most of them.
And her dad played for the Ambush, I believe. Jeff DiMaria.
At St. Louis University.
Oh, yeah. She's on her way to be maybe the biggest star in the country at some point.
I was friends with her moms back in high school.
Really?
Sarah, yeah. So it's super cool to see. And, I mean, dominating. This might become, once she gets to the national level, the best of the best. Mm-hmm. And you're winning that kind of award on that kind of stage. I saw when they gave her the Gatorade National Player of the Year, and they did that at Koryezu. But, yeah, we've got quite a special player here in St. Louis and what she did at Koryezu, and now what she will be able to try to accomplish at North Carolina. And I would imagine that at some point, the United States women's national team. Wouldn't you think?
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah, I think definitely they're thinking about building around players like that. She's already got an Adidas contract and getting the NIL money, and, yeah, she's doing great. Fantastic. Even though I still think Argentina beating England's probably the lead.
Seems like, though, you kind of guided the discussion to the ESPYs and Marcelo Hernandez.
That was after Paper said there was nothing else. I said, well, there was something else. There was that.
I said it was the only live sporting event yesterday, which is accurate.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm telling you, Papers is loaded for bear.
I was misquoted.
I'm putting the audience on notice.
I was misquoted.
Come with this guy. This is Omar today, okay?
Omar, not Rick.
Papers. Nobody loves Jackson more than me.
Uh-huh.
But were there not WNBA games?
Were there? I don't know.
Okay.
Wow. And
don't know.
just like that, Jackson unintentionally won over a large portion of the audience.
You garnered a lot of
Yeah.
support there.
Yeah, there was a couple.
Because I saw that Caitlin Clark got worked
Yeah.
up. That's the only reason I knew that.
Got it. Fair enough.
But that's fine. You see that Marcelo Hernandez, again, I didn't see it, but I saw the clips. He was the host.
Yeah.
And he said something about the WNBA. I'm going to ruin the joke, but he said something about...
I was sending that audio over to
Yeah.
papers. I did not send that audio over to papers.
He made a WNBA crack, which I thought is pretty bold, in an ESPN show. And he said something about they could have a show about the husbands of the WNBA, Doug. And he said, the wives. And he said, and he paused and said, mostly wives. That's pretty bold.
Yep.
He's funny.
Yeah, I like that Marcelo Hernandez. He's good. All right, so Doug, you say the lead is Argentina
I think so.
and England. And let me tell you something. There's Philadelphia Sports Talk Radio and there's England Sports Talk Radio and post-game shows, and they're not happy over there. They are not happy.
Didn't like
I mean,
the coach.
really not happy.
Going
Papers,
into
you are our World Cup insider. And I know you were watching it yesterday. England goes up 1-0. Did you feel like they parked the bus too soon?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh, here we go.
It's terrible. What the hell is Tuchel doing? I mean, that was brutal.
Was it strategy or the subbing out was that seemed to be what people focused on?
Both. It was terrible.
Across the board, the soccer pundits just crushed the guy.
They thought that they could. You've seen what Argentina's done the entire
It's
tournament.
one zip.
And the entire tournament, once the 80th minute starts, that's when Argentina really starts to play. And so your idea is to only play defensively.
They had 12% possession
Yeah.
after they scored the goal. And one of the things that drives me up the wall is after something happens, then everybody becomes an expert. It's like the ability to play poker with cards turned over. Well, that's not the way decisions are made. But in this particular case, while it was going on, with England leading, both English fans but also soccer commentators were making the observation that they were not executing a likely successful strategy. So the point being, this is not an after the fact, I'm an expert judgment. This was a during it going on. The strategy was highly questioned before Argentina even scored.
And the first guy I thought of was our commentator, the pop, 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 pop,
Yeah.
because he is a big fan of the English team, is he not? That's his whole wheelhouse. So Jackson, what's his name?
Mark Goldbridge.
Okay.
You want to hear his reaction to the first goal?
Oh, love to. I was just going to ask him if he had it.
The England first goal, the Anthony Gordon goal.
Rogers. Gordon! Goal! Get in! Goal! Anthony Gordon! I told you keep him on! Get in! What a cross! That'll do nicely! Put that in your Madonna and cry! Go on! Evita! You've been bloody tangoed! Yes! Get me a pint of Malbec! An Argentinian, please! That'll do!
That's a wonderful
Nice.
call.
Madonna and Evita taking
Yeah,
track.
Eva Perón. Doug, what a wonderful... You enjoy that musical?
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure.
Maybe we could have Don't Cry for Me Argentina coming back. Wouldn't that be fun? That's always played, though, on 101, isn't it?
Often.
So he's delighted. It's 1-0.
Sure.
Things are
His
good.
team is a mere, 35 minutes and change away from advancing to take on Spain. Everybody's excited about the third place game, but the ideal game would be the championship game on Sunday. He's in a good headspace, and Doug, then this happens.
I don't have the call of it.
Oh, the one call we wanted.
Oh, is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Hold on, I can pull it up.
Okay.
So Argentina has done this throughout.
Hold on.
It's unbelievable. And we need Bill McDermott or a World Cup historian to tell us, has any team lived on the edge and won in dramatic fashion
Here you go.
throughout the tournament like Argentina?
Here's the game-winning goal.
Good. Okay, go ahead and hit the lead.
Messi resets. Messi driving in. Messi crossing back. Oh, there it is. Lautaro Martinez. Stoppage time. Go ahead goal for Argentina.
The ball was placed.
That is unbelievable.
Insane.
Messi's so good.
Was
It's
it?
unbelievable how good he is. That pass was crazy.
There were two defenders, one on each side.
One of them, John Stones, one of the best center backs in the world.
Of the Argentinian player, and it landed right where it had to land. You couldn't hand it, let alone kick it with your foot. He couldn't hand that ball to him better.
It was unbelievable.
One of the analysts said that Messi has the left foot of God.
Yeah.
And then he made his other pass. Oh, he's also got the right foot of God.
That's the thing, is he was a right foot there like that. And had it not been for Jordan Pickford, the England goalie, it should have been like 4 or 5 nothing. I mean, they were just shelling them.
Steven Time of the Brothers Time. There's other Steven. This one, Steven says, the easiest live bet of my life was when England went up 1-0 and then pulled everyone back on D. That's from Steven Time. To Steven Time's credit, he fired that bullet. I was actually thinking that, but did not fire the bullet. Papers, you were talking about live betting. Did you fire the bullet?
I should have. I didn't.
But you wanted to see England win.
Yes, I did.
You would like to see us return to the crown.
No, that seems like a stretch. That seems like a stretch.
Is that yellow journalism over there?
No, he's asking the question. He wasn't making a statement.
I asked the question.
He asked the question and
what you do is you say that seems like,
right.
So you enter it into the public forum, attacking passive-aggressively the subject of the interview, and at that point, now he is on the defensive, and I have practiced unethical journalism, which is essentially our standard in 2026.
It's like when a lawyer says something that they know is going to get thrown out. There's going to be an objection sustained, but he gets
just to put the player on tilt.
And he gets into the jury's mind. So that was that situation. So
do we have audio of the English guy upset when Argentina scored the go-ahead goal?
Not. I have his
post-game review.
I have his post-match reaction.
Oh, is it good?
It's okay.
Okay.
Way to sell it.
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and hear that now.
There it is. Final whistle. And they deserve to lose. Absolute letdowns. Golden generation. They're no better than anything. Italia 90 still stands out as the best England team I've ever seen because they lost on penalties to the eventual winners who were brilliant. These are a bunch of chances.
Easy.
They're not Italian. It's not Italia 90 at all. No point pushing and shoving now, lads. No point pushing and shoving now. Embarrassing. Look, I'll applaud Argentina. Well done. There was no cheating in the second half. They just attacked because Tuchel said, "Come and take us. Get rid of him." That's my match reaction.
Tuchel, Doug, is taking heat in England. Thomas Tuchel.
He wants him to get the sack.
I think the pushing and shoving he was talking about is what went on after the game on the way off the field. Bellingham slapped one guy in the back of the head.
And that was my guy. I was saluting for his sportsmanship and his.
Well, we don't know. We don't know what happened.
What was said, perhaps.
Right. He speaks Spanish, so if someone tried to say something in Spanish to him that he thought maybe he didn't hear, he couldn't understand well.
Boy, I'll tell you what, they are not happy right now in the Form Energy YouTube chat. It's unbelievable. Stop talking about soccer! Oh. That's from Ted Gann. Gambling guy's annoying. That's from Iggy's Prison Window Hand. And let's see, Ryan Brecklin says, get some FIFA experts on, but never talk about City. That's from Ryan Brecklin. Martin, you want to get FIFA experts on, but you never talk about City.
Have we had any FIFA experts? Is that guy an expert?
What the hell does that even mean?
Our guy from Great Britain is our expert, our insider. We're playing clips of him reacting, shouting about Evita. That's our expert. City plays tonight, Sporting KC.
It does feel like Argentina's kind of the team of destiny in this tournament. We've counted them up 2 or 3 times, maybe more than that, and they come back in the final minutes and win it. They are the defending champions. Kind of feels like it's going to happen again.
It's kind of the same
I'm sure
team.
Spain will be the favorite.
But I would that information there, Doug.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. How can you watch what Argentina's done?
I would expect Spain to be the favorite. That would be my expectation. I'm going to the app. Spain is minus 150. Argentina plus 130. So if you like Argentina, you're going to be plus money.
Bet against them at your own peril.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch a documentary just about their run that they've had.
They had
the games they've had to win.
They have a documentary out right now. I think
as they go.
I don't know what the
I'm saying I would watch.
I just saw one there.
Recapping all that they've been.
Steven Time has just released the final score and the winner, Martin. So this is helpful for us.
Okay.
Argentina wins 3-2. Exactly.
Oh, brother.
He's a time traveler, Steven Time. That's why his name is Steven Time.
Okay. Well, that would be exciting. This is probably, I don't know if he
Scoring 3 goals on Spain would be a hell of an accomplishment.
I don't know if Messi said this is his last World Cup or not, but it probably is at his age.
Yeah, he's 39.
You think England's fired up for that third place game?
God, no.
Yeah, Martin, you never talk about City. That's from Gene Thomas in the Form Energy YouTube chat.
Well,
He wants a piece of you.
it's actually not true, but thanks for your comments. Not true at all.
Now you've had it.
We do plenty of City. In fact, our World Cup coverage was largely augmented by members of City. Diego Gigliani, the team president from Argentina. He's been on the show twice. Corey Ray from Canada, Doug. He's the sporting director.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas Totland out of Norway. Played with that Holland growing up. He was on the show. Roman Burkett of Switzerland, the goalie. He was on the show. We have a lot of City talk throughout the year, but especially during this World Cup run.
Roman Burkett, also a teammate of Holland.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm, at Dortmund.
That Bundesliga just got the rights sold. You see, the Bundesliga.
Big money. Big money.
Second Bundesliga.
No, this was first Bundesliga.
Okay.
I could be off on that. Maybe they didn't cross paths. I think they did.
More soccer and less soccer simultaneously. Ah!
Doug, that's from Dr. Xander Malenthrop.
Okay.
I kind of agree with that. But it's fun to watch, man. Middle of the day, match like that. Games have been great. And that John Strong, that announcer, I'm embarrassed because I guess he's been the voice of the MLS, Doug, for a while. The lead announcer for Fox, he's been great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is good. And now they'll play the final on Sunday, and then we'll wrap it up for another 4 years. I'd like to see it every 2 years because it's entertaining.
Here we go.
We have the Euros.
Doug changing soccer.
I want the World Cup.
Okay.
And let everybody in it.
Expand the field?
Sure.
They're looking to do like 64.
Yeah, I think that would make sense. Let everyone in it. What's the downside to that? More money for everybody? More countries are involved in it? Seems like that would make sense.
You can call in 314-974-0101, Collier and Thompson phone lines. You can text in 314-399-9646, Air Comfort Service text inbox. And you can open up your YouTube app and attack Martin for his lack of City coverage.
It's really getting annoying.
Then just presented, it sounded like about 8 guests that you've had on during this.
I mean, that's just not true.
So that's in the Form Energy YouTube chat. And you, of course, can email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. It is 7:22 in St. Louis. It will be a Cardinal-centric program in addition to the World Cup conversation. Mike McGreevy expected to be with us on the Polos Plus dossier at 8 o'clock. Former Cardinal, friend of the program. He was at the first anniversary party. Martin, remember that at Lucas Schoolhouse in 2006? John Rodriguez at 8:30, Brad Thompson at 9:30, Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day at 9:45. The program is called The Morning After. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN from the Stifel Studios. distance. Your distance. Puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
It really does.
Is this Madonna? Mm-hmm. Or is this Patti LuPone?
That's Madonna.
And Madonna's performing Sunday, I think,
I think so.
All right.
for the championship. Is Bieber,
No. World Cup.
Shakira, maybe?
Yeah, she did the. She does the song almost every year.
What song is that, Papers?
It's like the World Cup song.
And what's that called?
I
World
don't.
Cup song?
I don't know.
I sent you a song that my kid said is a popular. It sounded terrible, but I sent it to you. It named all the countries.
Yeah, I was
It
really
sounded-
sick when you sent me that. So I was like, what the hell's Martin doing?
It sounded like something our audience would create.
No, I was wrong. Justin Bieber is. Justin Bieber, Madonna, Shakira, and BTS are your headliners.
There you go.
So can we finally talk about Tim and his call on Alex Smalley? Nostratimus called it. Smalley's the solo leader. Doug, that's Bobby Big Wheels.
Okay, big wheels.
And they're handing out the
Early
trophy
first
today.
round.
They are. What they do is they hand out a first-round trophy.
Hell.
God, now that I think about it, not only did I bet him to win, but I might have bet a first-round leader, and it just hit me. As much as I love Smalley, here is my for the record, Alex Smalley is leading the British Open. And I know golf is the tool of the devil. But it is a major, and it's going on right now. I think they teed off like 6 hours ago. Scotty Scheffler is 2 back for the record. Rory McIlroy's not teed off, correct, Papers?
I don't think so. I think he tees off in like an hour.
My theory on what is going on with the conditions over there is it is so dry that the rough, which, Doug, is thick and wispy shrubs, is so dry that they can hit out of it, that players are able to just take driver and bomb it. And that's what DeChambeau's doing, which is why he's lurking, shoving it up Nick Faldo's backside, because he said DeChambeau's strategy won't work on these types of courses, and he's practicing his bomb and gouge, and doing so far quite effectively. He's just missing putts, otherwise he'd be the leader. And I'll be real curious to see how Rory McIlroy handles these very favorable dry conditions, which they are expected to have throughout the weekend over there. And Doug, I feel like we may have, as much as I look forward to Alex Smalley winning, Rory McIlroy could provide some financial delights for us Sunday afternoon. So if you're interested in that,
Okay,
that's
I'll look for
something I'd keep an eye on, because if he's just going to go, I'm going to haul off and hit driver because I can hit out of this crap, that could provide Rory a real opportunity to go low. Do with it what you want. I don't know. You know,
It seems
I had a soft cap as of a month ago.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Wow. It seems unusual that the course would be so dry, because it seems like every year you watch the British Open, it's raining.
That's right.
They get a lot of water over there.
Firm and dry, and so the rough is not as big of an issue. But I'll get back into what I think the Blues penalty kill look like here in a second. It's TMA 101 ESPN, and we are in the Healthcare Evolution 7 o'clock hour. And we welcome you to participate by texting in 314-399-9646. You can also call in the Callier and Thompson phone lines at 314-974-0101. Open up the Form Energy YouTube chat and talk it over with the friends who are in there. Doug, Soul Train Dancers talking to Kitty Bates. Yes, I have back-to-back meetings starting at 1. Way to structure the day. That's from Kitty Bates. What does that mean? Yes, I have back-to-back meetings starting at 1. Way to structure the day. What does that
I don't have any idea. Why would you send us that? Just put down the computer, put down your phone, and just move on with your day. And don't send us messages like that.
maybe talking about the person who just wants to watch the British Open, and so they say they have back-to-back meetings. That might be what Kitty Bates is making reference to.
Could be.
Chairman Kurt, you're the patron saint of the YouTube chat. Did I catch you mid-treat? Looks like you're having a... Doug, is he having a treat?
I just finished it.
What treat were you having, boy?
Some pineapple.
Oh, sending a message, huh? Upside down, if you know what I mean. What?
I believe I think there was some conversation about the sect of people that can just watch a sporting event mid-afternoon, like yesterday's World Cup, some Open Championship. So I think they're just having a little fun with people that may not be working that hard.
And they're down on that?
They're down on everything.
Got it. I mean, wouldn't
That'll wrap
those
it
who have
up.
accumulated enough wealth that they don't have to work be the type of people we'd want to celebrate?
One would think.
All right. Well, the St. Louis envy complex is a phenomenon that's led us to great success over the last 5 decades. Your thoughts are welcome by texting in, calling in, or emailing in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Doug, this Brandon Walker, I'm telling you, he's a burr in everybody's saddle.
Oh, hold on.
It's working for him, isn't it? Everybody
Now,
took the bait.
I said yesterday, this is the equivalent of reacting to the Iron Sheik coming after the United States of America in the WWF, not E, in the 1980s. But that's what's going on during the All-Star break. This guy's a burr in the saddle of many Cardinal fans. 2 days ago, he talked about how St. Louis, and he hated the best fans in baseball thing and the fans. And then yesterday, Doug, not only did he come for our ballpark, he came for the Arch.
Oh, no.
Yep. Papers. Do you happen to have?
Okay, full disclosure. The fire alarm went off as soon as I got into the station today, so I had about 12 minutes to prepare everything because we were sitting outside for a while. I forgot to
Do we have a
pull this
fire?
clip. No, it was fine. I forgot to pull this clip.
It's okay.
And I don't want to play it in case there's... Do you remember if there's profanity in the
You
clip?
always err on the side of caution. What you're doing right now is the right
Chairman
thing.
is going to go cut it in the back and then give us 3 minutes and I'll
Doug,
have the
just
clip.
3. Doug, just
Okay.
I literally had
minutes.
12 minutes to prepare everything
Who is
for
this
the
guy
show
we're
today.
so worried about? Brandon Walker?
Yeah.
What does he do?
He hosts a college football show on Barstool.
Okay.
And he's opining on the Cardinals, the fans.
Right.
And
But-
apparently the city.
People are actually concerned about what this guy says?
Well, some are,
Okay.
and it's becoming a thing.
All right.
And then what you do is you defend the honor of your city by tweeting back at him, thinking you're getting to him, while he continues to accumulate wealth and then be able to watch the British Open or the World Cup during the afternoon.
Oh, I see. Okay.
See what I'm saying?
You
So
click,
come full
he
circle.
wins.
That's
you click,
correct.
he wins. You react.
So he
wins.
likes
But I used to scream at Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik, too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Even when the Sheik would load up his boot, remember when he'd kick his toe and some sort of metal piece would slide down to the toe of his shoe, and then when he kicked someone, it was lights out at that point.
Mr. Fuji bothered me.
Yeah.
I felt like he was dishonorable with his tactics. But this was before the days of replay in professional wrestling.
They don't have it yet. Gosh, do they ever need it?
VAR.
Do they ever need it?
Appliance Discounter, sponsor of the suspension logule here on TMA. That's the Bradley family and Appliance Discounters. And I just got a refrigerator from the Bradley family and Appliance Discounters online at theappliancediscounters.com with 7 area St. Louis locations to take care of you. Just go online at theappliancediscounters.com. And TMA listeners, they have a deal for you right now. If you are in the market for a new appliance, they have it going on right now at The Appliance Discounters and theappliancediscounters.com. The deal is as follows. Come in today and you receive an instant 5% rebate off your next appliance purchase. That's right, 5% instant savings off their already low prices. In addition to the 5% instant rebate, you can receive other factory rebates, some up to $1,500 direct from the manufacturer. Now you know why they are called The Appliance Discounters. Huge savings, locally owned, next day delivery, 18 months interest-free financing, all from the #1 largest family-owned appliance retailer in St. Louis. Visit any of the 7 area locations in Afton, Baldwin, Concord Plaza, Earth City, Maplewood, St. Charles, or shop online at theappliancediscounters.com. Who are the Blues playing in December? Oh, that's from Harry's Cane.
Okay.
Schedule drops later today. Full schedule. We'll read it. Doug, there's 84.
We're going to read them all.
Yeah.
I assume Douglas has been called and he'll come in and do it.
No, you, Douglas.
Oh, no, the other Douglas is much better at schedule reading than I ever was.
And he'll let you know which game's going to be a toughie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is the pivotal game.
Everything about this show is dishonorable. That's from your mom's lesbian lover. Yep. Yep. Think about it.
Were you confused by the Iron Sheik?
In what way? What was confusing about the Iron Sheik?
Well, when he would hit his foot on the ring.
Oh, yeah.
And then the metal thing would slide down to his toes. It upset you?
Yeah, I was screaming at the...
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
I was old enough to
arena?
realize it was probably just a gag.
How dare you?
I wasn't sure, but probably.
Well, Brandon Walker is 2026 version of the Iron Sheik.
Okay.
Must be a lot of swear words.
Are there a lot of swear words?
No, I'm joking because.
Here we go.
All right, here you go, Doug.
Yesterday, I mocked the St. Louis Cardinals fans because I think them calling themselves the best fans in baseball is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anybody that calls themselves the best fans in baseball, it's just a stupid thing to say ever. Fan delusion is a special thing because they were all repeating the same thing. We have a top 5 stadium in baseball. Right off the rip. Watch this. Wrigley, Fenway, Petco, PNC, the San Francisco Park. That's 5.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about saying
By what metric do they consider themselves top 5? Is it like aesthetic,
that they can get
ballpark
tickets to
vibe?
Idea.
They said Skyline, which I think if the Skyline's the best thing about
There's no skyline. It's the arch, which
or whatever. Yeah.
but their skyline is just one thing. It's the arch, and let's be honest with.
Not a great.
I mean, what?
It's just a big. Yeah, it's an ear ring on the city.
Come on,
it's a belly button ring on the city.
And that's their skyline. Like it's a sick view of the. Arch.
They've got the second most World Series championships. It's a historic franchise, amazing franchise. It's not a top 5 stadium. Let's just tell the truth. Let's all tell the truth. And you don't have the best fans in baseball.
Yeah.
And anybody who makes it a tagline, we have the best fans in baseball.
Right
now, you're egotistical.
Oh,
Doug.
I'm not going to be much good to you after
And it was the belly button
after
ring?
hearing that. Yeah.
Belly button rings kind of are out of style now, though, right, Papers? Am I right on that?
Yeah. I got mine removed a couple of months ago.
Oh, so you had it all the way up until like May.
Well, you know me. I'm a slave to trends.
Wouldn't you think that would really hurt to have that put in there?
Yeah, I imagine. How many piercings do you have, Doug?
0.
But you have
Martin.
the butterfly tramp stamp?
Yeah, on my back.
Martin, yesterday, Doug said that on vacation he accidentally brushed his teeth with suntan
Well, I
lotion.
heard that, and I thought you may need to have your taste buds tested. If
Yeah,
you
I didn't
don't
notice it.
If you don't notice that you're brushing
No.
your teeth with sunscreen,
Well, have you ever tasted sunscreen?
Flip that up.
probably accidentally. Probably got a hint of it when you put it on your face. Yeah, and it
Well, when
seems
you
to-
think it's toothpaste, you just kind of go with it for the.
isn't toothpaste minty?
Yeah. Well, I realized it when it was done that something didn't taste quite right.
The stadium's fine, but it's not top 5. That's from Grandma Johan.
Yeah.
So who said it was top?
I would agree with
5?
that.
Somebody.
I believe what he was saying is he got a response,
Okay.
which I'm sure surprised him. And Cardinal fans were coming at him, and one of their defenses for his attack, after they had removed the puppet strings, was that we have not only the best fans, but also the best stadium in baseball. And that was probably, if I were part of the defense counsel, I wouldn't necessarily use that in the case. It is fine. I don't know if there is anyone around Major League Baseball who has been to all of or a large amount of the stadiums who would say Busch Stadium is top 5 or the best.
Correct. Most people would not say that.
I'm not even sure the DeWitts would say that.
No.
So,
Although it'd be kind of awkward if Bill the Third ranked him and had Busch number 9.
Probably top 5, like helmet nachos, probably
Oh,
up
helmet.
there.
Oh, sure.
But this Brandon Walker fella, his producer today is saying, all right, where are we going to go with this? How about toasted ravioli sucks? And then, here we go again. And it's become a thing.
Right.
I don't know how you could not like the arch, though. That's one of the coolest monuments in the world, I think.
Jackson's debating whether or not to go.
Well, I love the arch.
There you go.
600
He decided not to.
630 feet
Passion.
tall, 630 feet wide.
Perfect parabola.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
Kids,
an elevator all the way to the top.
noticing all this plate?
Deep River.
Gosh, what would we have if we didn't have the arch?
You doing a live read?
The Auntie Anne's standalone?
What would we be known for without that?
And he said it's a belly button ring? How
That's
dare
what he
he?
said to us.
Seems like he's ripped a page out of the Woody Page playbook.
Right.
Whenever there was an opponent of the Colorado Avalanche, then you write about that city and talk about how that city is a dump.
Yeah.
Try again, Papers. I'd love to see Doug rip him to pieces. That's from the
About
Cronky hater.
But what?
I don't know. All I do is read what's in the prompter.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of Cronky hater texts and seldom funny.
I'm telling you, he's loaded from bear today. He's got 4.5 more hours, too.
All of this, and we're not going to even get to segment 10-2 for a while, but that one is labeled, Tim, Papers Bags of Tricks. And I feel like that,
Just one bag.
That shot right there just came out of your bag of tricks.
Well, we were walking down the hallway this morning, and Jackson was telling me about this fire alarm situation. And so I know that may be leading to the burr in your saddle.
Yeah, I hate being rushed.
I get it.
I hate being rushed.
You like that Paul Abdul song, Rush, Rush?
Don't think I've ever heard it.
Oh, Keanu Reeves in the video. How do you do?
Really?
Yeah.
Were they an item
might
at
be
one
nice
point?
return music. You'd have to wonder. You get together on a set for a music video.
That seems like that would have been a fruitful relationship.
Yeah.
They're about the same age, right?
Who's the actress Sabrina Carpenter makes out with in that video, Doug?
I don't have the slightest idea.
Jackson?
Hold on. Is it
Jenna
Margaret
Ortega?
Qualley? Is it Margaret?
No, that's a different video.
Is it Jenna Ortega?
Yeah, that's who I just asked.
Okay.
Was it Jenna Ortega?
Yes, Jenna Ortega.
So that's what I'm saying. You get on these sets, and the next thing you know,
Right. It's true.
we'll focus on the Keanu Reeves Paul Abdul relationship in 10-2 and Martin.
wasn't even
What's the name
there.
of that segment?
Papers
Bag of Tricks.
bag of tricks. What happened to Rummage Sale? I was a big fan of Rummage Sale.
Still in there. Keanu Reeves. So Paul Abdul is 64, and Keanu Reeves 61.
No.
So I think that it's very feasible.
Paul Abdul, Jackie Papers is the best personality on radio. How about that?
Oh.
It's time that they better recognize. That's from Fat Dog Boy.
Okay.
If you've listened to radio for about 14 consecutive minutes, you might come to that conclusion. But
Is there an RFT poll going on right now that I
I think
could
if you
vote?
sample some more out there, you'd find some more interesting personalities. But I appreciate the sentiment.
Where is Mr. Licks with his report from Atlanta? That's from Indebor We Trust, Doug. Mr. Licks was on the ground in Atlanta at the Argentina and England game, and I gather he will be calling in with an update as Argentina rips out the heart of the England fans.
I would hope. I'd like to know what it was like there, what the atmosphere was like. I'm sure it was very cool.
So you want a Licks call?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it today.
you
Most
go.
days I'm not that much of a fan. But he was right in the middle of the biggest event in the world yesterday, in sports anyway, so I would like to hear what he had to say.
314-974-0101. What's got Jackson so worked up? Was the Odyssey a disappointment? That's from Overbearing Sports Dad.
No, not a disappointment at all. I'm not worked. I'm fine now. I've got my feet under me now. But for a while there, I was working from behind, and I don't like doing that. So
Because of the fire alarm.
What time was that?
So I got in today 6:10, 6:15-ish.
Humble brag.
And it's just blaring as I'm walking in. And I see Josh.
Was like Riz out on the street?
So Josh of the video department was walking down the stairs, and he goes, "It's a real one. Let's head out." And I was like, "Oh, man.
It's a
And
real one.
So I'm sitting out there, and yes, everyone who was on the air, AD on K-Sheet, Courtney and Afton, Brando of Courtney Show, the entire Riz Show are out there on the patio out in front of Hubbard here by the fountain. And we're all just sitting around waiting for the fire department.
Did they show up, the fire department?
Sure.
Wow.
And then what happened?
They figured it out.
All clear.
Yep.
False alarm.
What do you do if you're Case? You just play like Paradise by the Dashboard.
That's the thing, is all the other stations they play music.
Play a long one.
I guess we would just play like an interview for 10, 15
Maybe
minutes.
Sinbad?
Something
Yeah,
from
I would think
Gabe.
Sinbad. Yeah.
Yeah, like a 2025 August Gabe interview.
The chairman is deep in his feels in the YouTube chat after you guys mentioned Sabrina Carpenter. That's from Jenna Tolles. What's going on, Chairman, now? You're in your feelings in the Form Energy YouTube chat?
I just said I would trade it all for Savvy.
Doug, he would trade it all for Sam.
What would you be trading?
Well, that's
exactly?
my next comment was full disclosure, though all really isn't that much.
You have a dog.
Would you wouldn't
No,
trade your
no.
dog for Savvy?
No.
She's your dream girl right now?
She's George Washington on that Mount Rushmore.
Is that right, really?
Yeah.
Who else is on the Mount Rushmore, Brad?
Ooh.
Ella Reese, obviously.
There's got to be a Latina on there somewhere. Maybe Jenna Ortega. I don't know.
Wow, so you've seen that music video.
I
then?
have. Taste.
Yeah, Doug, it's called Taste.
Okay.
Maybe Jackson can play that after Rush Rush.
I got
I'm
Rush
dictating
Rush
the
queued
return
up.
music today, and I feel pretty good about it. I didn't even know I was, but Papers has so much on his plate because of the fire alarm. This
I'm
is
back
just
now.
me.
I'm back
You're
now.
back? Mm-hmm. But you're coming after him today, and I like it.
Well, yeah, this cat's got claws.
Ooh, and Sophie. I'm putting Sophie on mine.
So Faller?
Mm-hmm. I don't know how she feels about guys about a foot shorter than her.
I told you once about the fire I was in at the TV station I worked in Miami.
Like there actually was a real fire?
Oh, yeah.
It's a
In the
real
television station?
During a newscast.
Holy crap.
I was getting the sports ready. I was a sports producer at the time, getting the sports ready. And a guy came running from downstairs and said, everybody out of the building, there's a fire in the studio. And I said, how big a fire can there be in the studio? Really? So I walked into the studio, a wall of flames, 30 feet in the air. One of those big curtains had caught fire.
Oh, yeah.
And the newscast was still on, and the anchors were looking around saying, what are we going to do here? So they just shut it down, and we all ran outside.
But you just saw...
I took a little fire extinguisher. I'll be the hero. There must be a small blaze in the corner. I saw the fire, just threw the extinguisher down and ran for my life.
Blazing Inferno.
Oh, yes.
Our top story tonight, we're on fire.
Yeah.
Maybe back then you probably had, stage hands, camera operators, and there was probably an old guy with a cigarette dangling up. I'm going to go back and say it was probably that guy.
Yeah, I wonder what the numbers would be on like indoor fires since cigarettes kind of became phased out of being inside.
Yeah, probably.
I would say, I figure it'd be like a double-digit percentage point.
But for a number of days after that, those studio cameramen, they were wearing like hazmat suits, so they didn't breathe in the ashes still in the air. The anchors are there doing the show normal. 5 feet away, you got guys in hazmat suits.
Yeah. Broadcasting from Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Great! Who cares? Sports talk! Sports! You are a sports talk radio station! 101 ESPN Radio, in case you forgot!
Leave us alone!
That's from the 618.
I like the idea that we'd forget.
Martin, you like a text audit?
Yep. Is this Joy 99?
No,
that's
573. I've heard better sports analysis from the guys arguing in the Walmart parking lot. Then above that, since we were talking about everything but sports, can we talk about my boss who has an eating and smoking problem? And then above that,
call in.
My road rage comes from listening to you guys every morning. So Doug, he's going through it. Jackson instructs him to call in.
Yeah, call in.
You want some?
Oh, hey! 314-974-0101. Now, you're going to have to do it pretty quickly because we believe Mike McGreevy, who pitches for the Cardinals baseball team, which is under the umbrella of sports, is going to be with us at 8 o'clock because he enjoys the show, but he's younger. And then you got John Rodriguez, who played for the Cardinals. Was he in the building? Was he in the 9th inning when Albert Pujols hit his home run off of Brad Lidge? I'm pretty sure he was in that inning. I think he was, but
I'm not sure.
No.
I remember John Rodriguez having a huge pinch hit home run, like a big, go-ahead pinch hit home run. That was a big deal.
And then Brad Thompson is going to be with us at 9:30. Then you got this design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. That's coming your way on the Polos Plus dossier here on TMA. Michelob Ultra is a long-time TMA sponsor. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbohydrates. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. And Michelob Ultra has been with this program for a long time, and we ask you to support the sponsors. Going to be out this weekend. Enjoy a Michelob Ultra with friends and family. Michelob Ultra, 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbohydrates. It's Michelob Ultra, and it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Jake Reynolds, who unfortunately, Doug, because Iggy told the story on After the Morning After, in which he got home and Jake Reynolds was sitting outside his place waiting for him.
Right.
Has had the label of Iggy Stalker attached to him. But in this case, this is not about Iggy. He says, I follow a few Stadium Chaser Facebook groups of people who traveled all 30 stadiums, and they consistently rank Busch Stadium up there as one of the top 3 stadiums they've been to. It's from Jake Reynolds in the Forum Energy YouTube chat.
Well, I would give it A+ for cleanliness, for fan behavior. Fans are nice. You don't go there thinking you're going to get beat up or a drunk's going to throw up on you. We got all that going for us. But for
It's a high bar, Doug.
But for the stadium itself, it's okay. There's just nothing terribly unique about it. But it's a good. I'd say it's like a B plus stadium.
How dare you?
I don't think it's clearly not Wrigley or Fenway or one of those. But it's nice. I don't hear anybody really complaining about it.
How dare you?
You hear any complaints about the stadium?
No, I think it's just solid. And again, I think they had more grand visions for it when this was going on, and they were leveraging the Metro East against downtown St. Louis, which is fine. That's business. Then it became more privately financed than I think they were expecting. And so that's the deal.
Yeah.
I would think, Martin, off the top of your head, without me going into the weeds, it depends on how you view Wrigley and Fenway. For me, I like that, but also how many stadiums can have that kind of history? You know what I mean? I mean, that's not a realistic thing. So if you wanted to take stadiums that were not made 100+ years ago and then kind of go apples to apples, and then you'd also have to take Dodger Stadium out of the mix. I know that's not 100 years old, but is it not the third oldest stadium in the game?
It's got to be.
I think so, yeah.
I think most people would instantaneously say what is now Oracle Park was AT&T, where the Giants play. PNC. I've never been to that one, though, so I can't speak to that. Have you guys been to that?
I've been to PNC.
Okay, people rave about that one.
And part of it is the view, the layout there. I mean, early on, Camden, which if you go to Camden Yards, it's fairly generic, which is kind of the beauty of it. There's not a lot of signage. You got that Boog's Barbecue out there.
Boog's Barbecue.
But there are some, I think,
Petco, Oracle, PNC, if you're not going to go with the Wrigley, Fenway.
If you take away the real nostalgic parks.
Correct.
Because Fenway, there's a lot of inconveniences, but you're like, hey, who cares, man? It's Fenway Park. Pissing in a trough on Wrigley Field. It's okay. It's Wrigley Field.
Yeah, and if you peak, it's an opportunity.
And the newer wave there, Petco is so strong. What was Pac Bell? That was one of the many names. I've not been to the new one in Seattle. Don't know enough about it. Haven't been to the Arizona one, but it feels kind of generic.
I'm surprised you haven't been there. Yeah, I wouldn't. I've been to 2 Cardinal playoff series there. That doesn't stand out at all.
I guess Royal Stadium would be one of the older ones in baseball now, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been there and always wanted to go.
5th oldest.
You haven't been to Royal Stadium?
No, I never have.
That's surprising.
Just driven past it.
Is it Royals now?
Hell, it's Kaufman.
I think if there was a true fan breakdown, I bet you Bush would probably be like 12, 13, somewhere in there.
How dare you?
Yeah, it's kind of middle. But I'm sure the rest of baseball fandom probably looks at it as just kind of a generic, nice stadium. But
Papers likes to rank them without going there. Remember the Brewers Stadium? He had a harsh opinion that you've never been, and I said that's not fair. You've never been.
Looks terrible.
What about the Houston Park? Have you ever been there?
No, it looks even worse.
Okay. These are the rankings, Tim, good or bad on stadiums.
I like that.
Even if he's never been there.
Yeah, but I have working eyeballs. More people watch the game on television overall in the season.
Okay, Busch Stadium versus the Miami Park.
I've been to the Miami Park.
Oh, you've been? Okay.
And it's warm garbage?
The worst.
Okay.
Truly
And what makes it so bad?
The atmosphere. The stadium itself
Just
is
a lack of people? You can't blame that on the stadium.
But, there's no energy. It's not... It doesn't seem like anyone cares. It feels small. It feels really small. It's not a great area of Miami.
No, little Havana.
And then the Rangers every 10 years get a new one and it never really
That one looks like a big Costco.
Coors Field amongst the old ones, pretty cool.
I agree with that.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. For the record, Doug, the official gospel on this, of course, is ballparkratings.com.
I don't know that they get the last word.
And they have Petco in San Diego as number 1. They have PNC in Pittsburgh as number 2. The New York Stadium's behind Busch Stadium. City is 17. Yankee Stadium, the new Yankee Stadium, is 18. Number 3 stadium is PNC, and Busch Stadium is 11, for the record.
Very good.
Okay.
I'm sorry, PNC's 2, Oracle 3.
Totally subjective, though.
I think we can all agree objectively that the Trop is the worst. Thank you.
And the White Sox Park is just really bland.
The White Sox, I have oftentimes, Martin, drawn the analogy between our dome in downtown St. Louis and the White Sox new Comiskey when it was built. It was built right before Camden Yards and the advent of all of those new ballparks. And even though it's the White Sox and they're certainly the little brother to the Cubs in Chicago, it's still Chicago. And they built it right before Camden Yards and Coors Field, as you made reference to. And it just was dated from within a couple of years of its debut, similar to the Dome. And then right after the Dome was built in the next decade,
they went, oh, crap. We could have done a lot more.
Yeah.
I've had Chicago people point out, if you just, and it doesn't work this way, Doug, with architecture, but if you took that stadium as it lays out now and just turn it a little to the left, wouldn't you want to see the Chicago skyline?
Yeah, it's a fair point.
Like it's right over there.
Yeah.
No, we're going to face over there.
But you can't have the batter looking west, or the sun will set in their eyes.
It would be a little to the north. I don't know the logistics of it.
Well, I've always said, and I guess this is probably cliche for people who've listened to the show for a while, but Heine Miney should have had the hitters pointed out toward the river to Paris so you could have people in canoes out there like you do at Oracle.
I've had it there a few times with the sun glaring right over the center field fence, just praying that the ball didn't hit me in the face.
Were you blind to the rabid dogs attacking you?
I didn't mind them as much as the sun. I was afraid I wasn't going to see again.
Get involved on the program by texting in at 314-399-9646. Jackson has announced here in the Healthcare Revolution 7 o'clock hour that this cat has claws, and he's ready to use them today. We believe Mike McGreevy is going to be calling in here in a matter of moments. And then John Rodriguez, Johnny Load, is going to be with us coming up at 8:30. Brad Thompson at 9:30. And then you got that Design Air Heating and Cooling email today coming up on the Polos Plus dossier. The program's called TMA. It's presented by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN.
This is Jackson with a Sports Center update, and that's brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals are back in action tomorrow evening in Phoenix. That's going to be an 8:40 p.m. first pitch against the Diamondbacks. That's another Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
Yeah, Doug, this is the Keanu Reeves, Paul Abdul video. I think 91, right?
I don't know the years, Tim.
What's your favorite Keanu?
Of his film resume, I don't know if you're ranking Keanu's because it was probably going to be.
No, that's a one piece.
I mean, well, we got to start with the beginning and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And
Fantastic.
I'm gonna make a suggestion here for a film that I think I'm supposed to come on Movie Boy, but something's wrong. Something's going on. My representation isn't able to get a deal done with you.
This one is a for sure, you and me.
Doug, the film shot in Kirkwood, at least set in Kirkwood.
What's that?
But was actually shot, I believe, in the Orlando area, and that's Parenthood. Keanu Reeves was in there.
He kind of took Lee Phoenix, a.k.a. Joaquin, under his wing in that film.
Yeah, with Stag magazines.
Film. He put it in the Back to the Future case.
Yep.
I see he was born in Beirut, Lebanon.
He's
kind of a strange cat, isn't he?
No, he's very down to earth.
Is that right?
Yes.
Timmy's not a strange cat at all.
Not a strange cat. Point Break, Matrix.
So good. I mean,
is that a good Mount Rushmore?
That's the thing. It's hard. It's like Point Break's amazing. Matrix is amazing.
What did I leave
First
out there?
John Wick.
You love A Walk in the Clouds. Why?
Yeah. Hardball. What about the Hardball?
Doug, what about Hardball?
R.I.P.G. baby.
Yeah.
R.I.P.G. baby. My Own Private Idaho. He's had an awesome career. I love Keanu Reeves.
Doug
like
on
the
HD2.
One more time. There's some crosstalk.
Barton, you said to papers, do you like The Matrix?
Yes.
Love The Matrix.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Great Larry Fishburne performance.
Furious Styles is his George Washington. Do you agree?
Yeah. I like him.
Doesn't sound like you agree, just so you know.
I really like him in King of New York. You ever seen King of New York with Christopher Walken? Really good.
Man, this is why you listen to Movie Boy, Doug.
Well, Larry Fishburne was supposed to be Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction. He turns it down. Samuel Jackson takes Pulp Fiction. Larry Fishburne turns it down so he could be in the third or the fourth Die Hard movie, which is going to be big money. The people who were making Die Hard saw Pulp Fiction and then cast Samuel Jackson in it instead of Larry Fishburne. So the role he took instead of Pulp Fiction actually cost him the movie he wanted. Crazy.
Think about it.
Okay.
Do what you will with that little anecdote.
Well, what could I possibly do with it?
Put it in your back pocket, save it for later.
Okay.
Number of folks are upset that you left off the replacements.
Yeah, that's the thing is he has so many.
People are really upset about that.
I get it.
Okay.
Arbor Day is making observations on a spot that ran during the commercial break. It's perfect that we are so dumb as listeners that we're being targeted with "Don't touch high power lines" ads. It's humbling, but also appropriate. Doug, that's from Arbor Day.
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
Jackson was fanboying during the commertional break.
Yeah, they're still in the studio. The guys from Super Troopers, Broken Lizard, that's the comedy group. They're promoting. They're in town tonight doing something at Del Mar Hall, I believe, because they have their new movie, Super Troopers 3, coming out. And I would really like to get a picture with those guys. Me and my brother probably watched Super Troopers together 50 times. One of my favorite
How would you go
movies.
about that? You walk up and say, hey, I'm a producer at 101.
Yeah, I just say,
can I get a picture?
Just literally kind of get a quick picture. Because all four of them are in there, or five. And
Is this a sports talk show or Siskel and Ebert?
it's whatever it is, man.
I miss Siskel and Ebert.
I left
No
off
longer with
Speed.
us.
I even miss Gene Shalit.
Just passed.
Just
Did he
passed.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Very recently.
Yeah, he was out.
Yeah, we covered that while I guess you were ill in last week.
Yeah,
Papers.
I was out. I've been missing news cycles.
Yeah.
Really
Oh,
committed
yeah.
to that look for a long time.
He died at 100 years old. Wow, what a great life.
He looked like
I mean-
Avery, the guy who used to be on all those game shows in the 70s.
I mean, Mount Rushmore mustache guy.
Well, the
Now
Magnum PI is kind of a different style of mustache.
That's probably on the
right
Mount
up there.
Rushmore.
Doug, the ladies love that Tom Selleck.
Sam Elliott
In Hoke.
mustache.
Raleigh
isn't Hook,
Fingers.
isn't
Raleigh
Yeah.
Fingers is a
Yeah.
great mustache. Okay, well, that's about it. That's all we could come up with.
Movie boy spewing more useless information about movies. When will you review A Door?
A Door?
I don't know. I just read what the Morrison was wacko sends in.
Oh, it's that's some Australian movie he always wants me to talk about.
It's Movie Boy this week, but you've been out ill, so maybe push it back a week.
No, I probably
Okay.
I want to talk about the Odyssey because it's big doings. So probably will with Gary. Yeah, Gary's seeing it tonight, so I'll probably.
Okay. And it's a 3-hour?
Correct.
And it's our guy Nolan who did Oppenheimer?
Yes, sir. Amongst many others.
Are you allowed to say good or bad at this point?
Yes, the embargo lifted yesterday, so good.
Good.
With a capital G.
Wow.
I mean, it's long and.
How long is it there, Papers?
It's 2:52 or something. It's long, but it's great.
I believe Eric in the Central West End labeled it woke garbage earlier. Don't know if he saw
The
it.
Odyssey by
I believe, yes.
the Greek epic poem by Homer.
I believe he labeled it woke garbage.
It's like one of the oldest pieces of text in the world.
I'm just saying.
But I believe this is Rachel Maddow's interpretation of Homer's work.
Right. Okay.
So, in that sense, Eric, yet again, is
Oh, yeah.
correct.
Well, there was some stuff leading up to it that people were upset about because, of course.
The criticism I saw is that they didn't use Greek actors.
Right.
That these were Greek people. In
No, they
the
didn't.
Odyssey.
They didn't have a problem with Matt Damon being in the role as some other people who were in there. It's like, well, they're not Greek. It's like, well, neither is Matt Damon, nor is Tom Holland or Anne Hathaway.
Today of all days, people complaining about you guys not talking sports. What are these dimwits wanting you to talk about? Doug, that's from the big old bub.
Oh,
Blue schedule.
okay.
The blue schedule that's coming up.
Sharks to kick it off.
October 8th, Thursday. Leading right into the weekend featuring Texas A&M.
Are you going to Oxford for the Ole Miss game?
I don't think so,
Okay.
but I would certainly like to.
I'm thinking about doing it. It would be my first college football game not at Faroe Field.
Really?
Yep.
Not even like the Dome?
I guess the Dome, yeah.
All right.
The Dome and Faroe. That's the only place I've seen high-level football. I've never been to another NFL stadium either.
Really? Mm-mm. And yet you opined on Major League Baseball stadiums with confidence, despite not...
Been to very few of those, too. Miami, Busch, Shea Stadium. But,
That was a rough one. Martin Rich
Not
Gould
great.
considered that to be the worst ballpark in baseball when it was around for the
not great. But I was like 7 or 8 years old, so I thought that was pretty sweet.
I'm not saying that it's a slow day in sports, slow week after the All-Star game, but I'll be taping a segment for Sports Final today at Rich Gould's pool.
Yes!
Really?
We're doing a
Yes!
pool segment.
That will be wonderful.
And he wrote back, now, you know, pal, I'm not really watching the sports too closely.
That's going to be on
And I said,
tonight.
as opposed to?
It's going to be on tonight.
Yeah.
I'm
Just hanging by the pool.
What time?
He asked me what the topics would be, and I said, I don't know. We're just going to talk.
Can you give me a rough time estimate?
Yeah, probably about 10:40.
Okay, or I'll
send you a fire alarm alert at 10:40.
maybe just send me that MP4 file.
Is he going to be playing like the guitar, sitting around the pool?
Well, that's a great question.
Singing songs?
I just kind of opened the door
Yeah.
for him. We'll visit. We'll talk. You know, he did games, Cardinal games with Ozzie. He was part of the call on some of those McGuire home runs.
roller derby.
And then he'll probably just talk about his book the whole time.
Probably so.
He's working on that. Was it Paulie the Puck? He wanted to write a blues book,
Mm-hmm.
a kid's book
Oh,
about
yeah.
hockey.
Mike McGreevy is going to join us at some point today, but like I said, he kind of went dark after the 8 a.m. St. Louis time would be the best. And I said, but seriously, you're on vacation. If you don't want to call in, don't call in. But I gather he'll call in, but it might just be later in the program. John Rodriguez is on the Polos Plus dossier coming up. Johnny Load, 8:30. Brad Thompson at 9:30. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today coming your way at approximately 9:45 on today's program. And that is how you can get involved in the Polos Plus dossier. That's the interactive portion of the program. It's the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today, in addition to the calls, the texts, and the conversation in the Form Energy YouTube chat. Boys, got the After the Morning After hats and T-shirts sent to me by Polos
Oh, is
Plus
that right?
yesterday, and they're sitting down there in the TMA studio where it all goes down. PolosPlus.com, that's where you can get your TMA hat that I am wearing, your After TMA hat. And T-shirts, polos, quarter zips, and for your school, for your business, for your neighborhood, for your team, polosplus.com. It's locally owned, run by Corey Lawson with Andrew Hubbard, longtime TMA listener, handling sales and marketing. What they do is they'll take your logo that all you have to do is upload and then put it on premium brands of your choosing. They have Carhartt, Travis Mathew, Nike, Under Armour, polos, quarter zips, jackets, hats, you name it. No minimums, no nonsense, and they stand behind everything they make. And we have really enjoyed working with Polos Plus. You can check it out for yourself by going to polosplus.com. Other TMA advertisers have started to work with Polos Plus, like Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, and Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. They can vouch for him. I can vouch for him. And many TMA listeners can vouch for him as well. It's Polos Plus, online at polosplus.com. 8:16 in St. Louis. Time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. This is TMA 101 ESPN. Doug, this is who Chairman Kurt would risk it all for.
Oh,
Savvy.
savvy, right?
Jackson, is this on your Mount Rushmore Sabrina Carpenter songs?
Probably not.
Okay. What is your Mount Rushmore?
Espresso.
Okay.
What was the one about Barry Keoghan?
Doug, what was the song about Barry Keoghan?
I just don't
Oh,
know.
he asked you.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Is that When Did You Get Hot?
No, I do like that song, though.
Me too. That's my number one.
When did you get hot? I guess when we got on 1380 is the answer that I always use.
Things were really heating up.
Please, Jackson.
Thank you. Yeah, I like that one.
Taste. Doesn't that sound like a free monthly magazine that's in the bin when you walk out of like a bar in Soulard and you pick it up? Hey,
What
what's
was
the
that?
latest in Taste?
Didn't Migos have their version? Or am I off on that? Watch this, Doug. I'll sit.
Okay.
I don't remember Migos having a song called Taste.
I'll sit.
Tyga did him.
Tyga, okay.
With Offset.
With Migos?
Yeah, Offset was
All right,
in
that's
there
my
with
next
some
request.
ad-libs.
Okay. Taste by Tyga featuring Offset?
Yep.
Okay, no problem.
Have you seen Sabby with dark hair?
Doug, have you seen Sabby?
I have not.
No.
Oof.
But she's like famously blonde.
Yeah.
Okay.
Famously blonde.
Just like me, famously blonde.
I see she's only 5 feet tall. 5 foot even.
Is the opening line of that
Rare
song.
opportunity
What the
for me to
sound
look
effect?
somebody in the eye if we were dating.
We get the
Assuming
sound
I have the lifts on.
effect.
Doug, that's an opportunity for Sassy Cassie.
No, she wasn't that tall.
And take a listen.
It's just not fair to have some sort of silly sound effect.
Swinging package of dynamite named Sassy Cassie.
I really want to know if that's Hoffman.
It's
doing
not
that.
fair.
I don't think that's Hoffman.
Does
Voicing
it
that?
not sound like him?
Now, who was your other? Who was the voice of the station there? Wasn't he a friend of yours, Tim? Who was the guy? Doesn't that
Oh,
sound
Andy Hanselman?
Is that who that sounds
No,
like?
no.
Swinging package of dynamite named Sassy Cassie.
I got to tell you, Martin, that's a good read. I don't think that was him, but it does sound like him.
She was a package of dynamite.
Swinging package of dynamite.
Yeah, that's right. Friend of the show, no less. Not a friend of former Cardinal manager Mike Matheny, though. Fortunately, didn't enjoy the spot in his program. Text in 314-399-9646. That is how you can text into the Air Comfort Service text inbox. And then, of course, you can call in to the Callier and Thompson phone lines, 314-974-0101. And you got that YouTube chat where friends gather right now. Harry Hogg's talking to the never-ending wipe and Percy Blumpkin. They're all talking to Ari Goldsburner and Jeremy Hodge and Willie. So you can get in there. 247 friends are in there. Subscribe to the TMASTL YouTube channel. 7,050 people have. And Doug gets gold bullion when we hit certain benchmarks.
Sure do, yeah.
What is it, silver chunks? when we
Silver
get to
chunks are up
7,000?
next. Yeah.
So,
I'm saving precious metals.
Alex Smalley just had to re-tee on 18, Tim. No! Never! My guy Alex Smalley is at the top of the leaderboard, obviously. But if he had to re-tee, then that means he might have been hitting 3 off the tee. And, Doug, that could be problematic for Alex Smalley. Scotty Scheffler, for the record, if I'm not mistaken, is at the 3 under par 2 back of Alex Smalley. But it looks like Alex Smalley might be falling back if he had to re-tee on 18.
Scores are low, huh? Right out of the gate.
Yeah, that was my play on the spread zone, to take lower than 268.5. It's a par 280 over the course of 4 rounds, and that speaks to the conditions being really favorable. I'll be intrigued to see what Rory McIlroy does. I'm actually trying to bet him as first-round leader.
He tees off in a little less than an hour.
I gotta fire a bullet. God, every time I do it, then they lock it. It's like they know. It's like they're listening to the show.
Yeah, I think so. It looks like they haven't watered that course in about a month. When they get right off the fairway, they're hitting out of dirt. I don't get that. I don't know why they would want to play that way.
Want me to get in the agronomist on?
Please, if
That
you
could
could.
be fun. It could be fun.
Rank your top 5 agronomists.
Sweet guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
with
all
that.
you really need.
George Washington.
My buddy Big Money Mitch.
Can I offer you an Argentina nugget? We were talking
Please.
soccer in the first, 20 minutes of the show, perhaps? During the knockout round, they have yet to lead after 90 minutes of any of their matches. Cape Verde, the go-ahead goal,
Yeah.
111th minute.
Wow.
Against Egypt, 92nd minute.
That was bananas.
Stoppage time.
That was bananas.
Switzerland, they took the lead in the 112th minute. And with England, our friends, the Brits, 92nd minute.
92nd, yeah.
How about that? Talk about.
Were you emotional when that happened?
No, not emotional. You could see the writing on the wall. I mean, Pickford was having to save. They had the ball they were shooting every 5 seconds. You couldn't look away and see, like, if you looked away for 3 seconds, they would be right back with another scoring opportunity.
Would all those late comebacks lead you to believe that perhaps they're in better shape than the other teams?
I think that's a part of it. I think that
they bring in their killers at the 80th minute.
Yeah,
that's the strategy.
And also, like, when you have someone like Messi, like, you give him that much time. You give him 100, 110 minutes to put a couple scoring opportunities out there. He's going to do it. But yeah, team of destiny, which you said earlier, Doug, it does seem at this point
that way, doesn't it?
After the Egypt game, that one was the one where I was like, how could they possibly win that game?
They were not happy on their post-game shows last night. Papers, I know we had the fire alarm situation. Do you have some of the audio? I was
yes, I have
peppering you. Pepper me with your kisses. I pepper Jackson with audio clips.
The ESPN UK dais discussing the loss.
What a missed opportunity. Yeah. Frustrating, angry, disappointed. Once England broke the deadlock, went 1-0 up, everything was fine, everything was comfortable, and for some inexplicable reason, they dropped and they dropped and they kept on dropping until the defender in the 6-yard box. It wasn't even the penalty box, it was the 6-yard box at times. You're screaming, we're all screaming, Argentinian, France, Scotland, get out, get out, because as ex-footballers, you're looking at it going, Argentina are going to score now, they're going to score now. They hit the post twice with Alexis McAllister, yet they still did not get out of the penalty area and try and get up the pitch. I don't know why they did it, whether it was instructions off the side, which I don't think it was, because the manager would have hated that, I'm almost certain of it. I don't know whether it was just fatigue, tiredness, mental tiredness, thinking we're 1-0 up, let's just forget everything that we've done in the game and just defend our goal. But that was the reason why they lost the game, and those players will be so frustrated, gutted, like we all, well, certainly I am, watching that performance, because as you said, once they went 1-0 up, it was an even game, they had it in their hands, and for some reason they let Argentina back into the game.
Nice little finishing sounder there at the end of the soundbite.
Appreciate that.
Show Peppers.
Another, also, brief aside, great uniform matchup yesterday. Back-to-back. Both semifinals were beautiful uniform matchups. England in the all-white.
So they could have consolation in that.
Yeah.
Before their third-place match.
Oh, that's going to be so
God, I guess it's a TV deal.
They were saying, but they were saying on the broadcast yesterday, it's like it's almost worse to get to this point and lose because then you have the third place game.
And I couldn't agree more. And then you've got, Doug, you've been calling for his sacking all morning. Thomas Tuchel. But we call him Tuchel.
Right.
And he was asked about what took place. As we've heard throughout the morning, they are not happy in England. And this is not just the standard, because this is very predictable. There's a college football coach right now who, within the next 7 weeks, they will be calling for his head, who is currently the god of his campus. I don't know who it will be, but it's not. This isn't bold. This is just the way that it works. If you lose, you get blamed. In this case, specifically with England, they were going nuts during the game before Argentina even scored because they couldn't believe the strategy he had employed. So then immediately he gets asked about it following the game, and he busts out, well, the World Cup isn't over because we still have the third place game on Saturday. There isn't anything you could possibly say worse in that moment to that fan base than it's not over. We still have an important game on Saturday to play.
Yeah. Well, I know we lost to Alabama, but we're going to the Weed Eater Bowl.
Yeah.
What?
You're literally leading in the 80th minute. You haven't been to the World Cup final in 60 years, same amount of time you've had since you've won it as well. And you're right there with one of the better English sides in a long time.
I see Tuchel's been given a vote of confidence, though, by the Football Association.
The FA, yeah.
He's going to stay on as England head coach through 2028 at least.
See. Oh, 28.
Yeah.
By the time the next World Cup rolls around,
let him,
probably.
He'll coach the Euros, but we'll see after that.
He'll coach the Euros.
Gooey's not happy? Soccer analysis by TMA is below par. Back to WNBA and Battlehawks. That's some gooey.
Two things we talk about ad nauseum.
They say
Who's that from, Gooey? I don't remember changing.
Cat's got claws. Martin, the cat's got claws.
I don't remember anyone. I don't remember changing anyone's name to
names, but
Dewey.
you probably have the authority to go in and change whatever you'd like.
Just like you did with, who was it, Jim Rice, Ben Rice?
John Rice.
John Rice, troublemaker.
It'd be great if Jim Rice
That's a
could
good
call
name.
it.
I'm sticking with it. That's a fun name.
John Rice, parentheses, troublemaker.
Yeah. That's like
Seems like a delightful guy, and
he
you've
seems
labeled
cool.
him a troublemaker.
Clearly, I did it for a reason. Or maybe that's what he wanted, I don't remember.
Okay, that's enough soccer, thanks.
Okay,
big
gosh,
tough.
we just can't win here.
Argentina's got a nice flag. With the sun in the middle there, blue and white. Pretty good. It's hard to make a unique, cool-looking flag,
What about these United States of America,
Beautiful,
brother?
gorgeous flag.
In 20 years, this show really hasn't evolved because it used to be, how's that gold medal, huh?
Yeah.
And now it's, hey, you got a nice uniform.
Still
Hey, you got a
on
nice
my
flag.
Do you agree?
I don't disagree.
Okay, thank you.
Had it crossed your mind?
Not really.
New Mexico's flag, fantastic.
Clip that off.
Land of enchantment.
Yeah.
Doug, name your favorite flag.
The Missouri flag. You kidding me?
Good flag.
You like the Bears?
With the two
Yes.
bears? Looks real good.
Okay.
Get Josh Bob Bill's analysis of the soccer, Doug. That's from Pele Blanco. Apparently, Josh Bob Bill, a great soccer player.
I don't know
And
that
we
he
didn't
was.
know that. All we knew that he lived in a building with Keisha Gray. But now it turns out he's a great soccer player. What if he's the
I didn't know
Gatorade
that.
Player of the Year? Just like Matty DiMaria.
I doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it. Can you imagine scoring 67 goals in one high school season?
Unbelievable.
Should have parked the bus.
Nope.
Should have gone to the bunker against her.
No bus parking when you score 67.
Guys, I'll be watching the final game just to see the Spain and Argentina fans and the crowd shots. That's from Mr. Mudjack Mike.
Should be a very intense atmosphere.
They were asked yesterday, Doug, did you watch the press conference with the chair of the Royal and Ancient?
No, that's something I did miss.
And he was asked yesterday, before England lost to Argentina, if they would move the tee times up for the final round of the British Open Sunday to tend to the timing of what would have been the championship game.
Right. And what'd they say?
They said if England wins, they will be considering that.
Really? I could see that.
I don't know if they'll alter them for the third place game.
I wouldn't think you'd want to do that.
I mean, if you're France and if you're England, all you want to do is probably not even go home. Just go somewhere. And,
And we saw yesterday the difference in third and fourth place is like $2 million. One gets
for like the whole organization. It's not per guy.
Yeah. But for the whole team, it was like 30 million as opposed to 28 million, something like that.
I think most of those guys are flush.
They just want time off. They have to go.
You're just devastated.
Yeah.
And now you got to play that damn thing.
They start the Premier League.
The Final Four got rid of that. Remember, they did that for a long time.
They
They really?
They always had a third place game.
Can you imagine?
It's like what you do for like a summer basketball tournament when you're in the 8th grade.
Well, if you've traveled, like what's youth sports, and you've traveled.
Right.
I get it then.
Right. You're just trying to play more games.
You're in the consolation bracket.
But these are professionals who, again, like have to start their club season up in like less than a month. They're exhausted. They'd been away from their families for a month and a half.
In basketball, I think the thinking was the Final Four is a whole weekend. People have come here. They've got their hotel rooms for the weekend. You're here anyway. Play the third place game right before the championship game. Everyone was kind of okay with it at the time, I think.
I think this Tuchel, though, the other thing is, remember he made comments, I don't know if it was the Mexico win, but one of them along the way.
It was the Norway win.
Where he was saying it wasn't very pretty. And then Bellingham was like,
Bellingham
it was
went
plenty
after
fine. Like, that Bellingham was going against his coach.
It was like
and
this thing about mentality. He was like, well, did you see our mentality? It was one of the more confusing interviews I'd ever heard.
But
There's
I'm
a thing
saying
about mentality. They're online at lowkeyusa.com. I had to take it, Martin. I had to.
Did paper say mentality or mantality?
And then all it did was it just queued me up.
Okay.
And that's what this guy does. That's what paper does. Because, again, this cat has claws.
Yeah, I'm a little Chris Paul over here. Point God.
And they're online at lowtusa.com. They have treated 25,000 plus men at mentality. And here is what they have learned in treating 25,000 plus men. You cannot rely on testosterone alone anymore. To run to full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your TRT. For guys whose recovery still lags and whose energy plateaued, even on testosterone, Mentality's physician designed a plan that layers peptide therapy on top of TRT to support recovery, repair, and performance. It's a custom plan built around your numbers, monitored every step of the way. Testosterone levels the field. Peptides drive your results. Testosterone levels the field. Peptides drive your results. Start today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com. Mentality and lowtusa.com. We will be joined by John Rodriguez. We will be joined by Brad Thompson. Both are coming up here on the Polos Plus dossier, and it is my expectation that at some point we will be joined by a friend of the program, Mike McGreevy. Alex Smalley dug his double bogeyed number 18. He goes from the lead to T4, and the Tam Avenue Capital Partners will be sending you a text for a cash call probably during this break. So if you could just get that on over, we'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, he was sailing right along till the 18th hole there, wasn't he?
Well, that's kind of, unfortunately, one of his issues.
Yeah.
Holes get tight. Holes get tight. Cat's got claws. Holes get tight.
And you're talking about the golf hole itself?
That's correct.
When you're putting, it seems like it's not the normal, 4.5 inches for the cup?
Or you're teeing off and you blow it dead right when you're about to be the first round leader.
Okay.
Either one. Johnny Lode joining us next. CMA 101 ESPN. It's TMA 101 ESPN. 8 o'clock hour is brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Martin Kilcoyne, Little Jackie Papers with you from the Stifel studios and on our Polos Plus dossier. Doug, we've been talking it over here about the Cardinals and the World Cup. And if you miss anything, you can always podcast on the Schaefer Door Company podcast app or by going back and watching the show on the TMA STL YouTube channel. And it is our pleasure to welcome to the program, friend of the show, I think so, longtime Cardinal, friend of the presentation, John Rodriguez, with us here on 101 ESPN. Yes, Doug, yes.
What a treat. What a treat this is.
Been too long.
Yeah. What's up, John?
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me.
It's great to hear from you. Where are you right now as we're talking?
I am in New York, actually at the facility that I help run in Manhattan, New York.
What kind of facility is that here? Baseball coach?
Baseball, yep, baseball facility.
Developing young players?
Yes, sir.
Huh.
Well, we were talking, John. Somehow we were talking about nicknames. I forget how it happened, and we got into the famous J-Rod, which Tony then said, "Oh no, you can't call yourself J-Rod." How did that play out? Because then we remember Tony tried to help Joe Goldberg out, and he said, "I don't know, man, Johnny Load or whatever." And so we played that clip ad nauseum. What do you recall about the? We won't call it a controversy, but that moment.
Yeah, no. Definitely wasn't a controversy. He was just trying not to like make me sound like A-Rod. So he was like, you know what? Since your name is John, you know, Johnny Baseball is like a baseball name, but he was like, I don't want to call you Johnny Baseball. So he was like, you know what? Instead of calling you J-Rod and Johnny Baseball, we'll just mix it up and say Johnny Rod. So he started calling me Johnny Rod.
Nice. I like Johnny Baseball.
Yeah.
But you came along, and we've talked to guys who were here during that era. I mean, it was an unbelievable clubhouse in terms of star power. And you showed up, in July of 2005, and that team is smoking. What do you remember about stepping in day one?
Day one was especially nerve-wracking for sure. Just walking into the locker room, I remember being the first one there, and then just looking around. I was even there before Tony. I got there, and like the clubhouse guys welcomed me and, you know, said, "Hey, here's your locker." My locker was literally right next to Yachty's and Wainwright. And then I'm looking around, just looking at all the different names, and I'm seeing Pujols, Edmonds, Carpenter, Rowland, Reggie Sanders, like just guys that I've seen and grew up watching and like in awe. And then once I seen them walk through the doors, I was like, this is real. Like, this is not fake anymore. Like, this is not a dream. This is totally real. And like, now it's time to get busy. So, you know, it was a great experience.
And among those big stars, who came up and talked? Did anybody kind of welcome you in? Because it is an intimidating room.
Literally, I tell you the truth, everybody did. Like, there was like, you know, congratulations. We seen what you've been doing down in the minor leagues. It looked like Nintendo numbers. You know, hopefully you could come up here and do it and help us win. And I was like, listen, I'm just trying to do my part and stay in my lane and, you know, try to help you guys win as many games as I can.
And you did that. I'm looking at your stats here. In the 2 years with the Cardinals, you hit .295 and .301. You'd contend for a batting title with those numbers now. I'm sure a lot of people say,
exactly.
How come he got only 2 years when he was a 300 hitter?
I have no idea. But a lot of it came with injuries also. So that kind of like sidelined my career. And again, I thank God every day for giving me the opportunity to you know, sign a professional contract, one, get to the major leagues, and also be with a team like the St. Louis Cardinals, which is first class from top to bottom, and then to make it to the playoffs. And the first year I got there, and then to make it to the World Series and actually win it the second year I was there was, you know, God blessed. So I'm super thankful. Again, it was 2 years, but it was probably one of the best 2 years of my life.
Oh, absolutely. The 2005 team loaded. It's the last year. I mean, you really hear at it. It's a short window, but a historical time because it's the last season at the old Busch Stadium and then the first season at the new Busch Stadium. You were here for both, winning that World Series. You'll be back for the reunion. We're coming up on 20 years. That's hard to believe. And then our guy, Joe Pfeiffer, said, what are you doing? You're going to a Field of Dreams event in Iowa that you're repping the Cards there?
Yes, I am. I love doing the fantasy camps with the Cards and the fans and, you know, the guys that actually pay for it to play with us. Those guys are magnificent. I love being around those guys. They love the game. They love talking the game, and I'm the same way. So it's gonna be great. Especially, I've never been to Field of Dreams. I've only seen it, you know, obviously in the movies with Kevin Costner, but that's about it.
I see you're 48 now. Can you still hit? Do you go to these fantasy camps and just light it up?
Oh yeah, I can still hit.
Yeah.
I don't think that ever goes away.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Well, you always had confidence, right? Is that why was J-Rod on? I got to go back to this one more time because did Tony get mad that you put it on your spikes? Is that what started that?
No, actually, I had, you know, like down in the minor leagues at that time, there wasn't no like labels or like any like cleat designs that you could put your name on it. So everybody had the same spikes. Everybody had the same red spikes in Memphis. So there were guys that were having, you know, either a size 12 and a size 11 in one locker. So it became a mix-up. So I was like, you know what? Let me just start this trend. Let me put my name on the heel where everybody can see, but also help the clubhouse guys put their shoes, you know, back in the same locker after they clean them. So that happened to be the reason why I did that. And then when I went into the big leagues, obviously I still had the same spikes because I didn't have any other ones. And it was shown on TV, and then it just blew up from there.
Oh, there we go, Tim. That's like a 30 for 30.
Yeah.
Now we fully understand.
Yeah, the backstory on it. Now, here's something that is worthy of a 30 for 30, and that is Game 5 in Houston, Pujols, Lidge. But, Doug, did you know that John Rodriguez led off that inning? Take me back to that particular evening in Houston when everybody in the ballpark and probably everybody watching the game thought that the Astros were about to advance to the World Series and vanquish the 100-win Cardinals, and then you boys had other ideas. Take me back to the mindset and what you recall from that inning, John.
I can tell you right now, like from the beginning, how loud Minute Maid Park was insane. Like the roof was covered, like the crowd was, I could literally hear like footsteps, people pounding right above us on the dugout. So I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, but we still have somewhat of a chance and a momentum because our big boy is coming up. You know, and then once he left that slider up, and it was like walking from downtown Manhattan, midtown traffic with all the horns going off to walking into a library where everything was just quiet. It was the greatest, like all you heard was us going, yeah! That's all you heard. And everybody else just goes silent. And I was like, this is the craziest thing I've ever been a part of.
And Tim over here left the stadium early thinking you guys didn't have a comeback in you.
Now, I need to add some context, just like you do on the spikes, John.
Sorry for you, buddy.
Yeah, no, well, you're right. Here's the issue. I hate from the moment they built that ballpark, that number one, and you dealt with it, that center field hill. Now they've gotten rid of it, and then also the Crawford boxes, because it reminded me of like a Little League park, and Lance Berkman had hit this, what would have been an excuse me single in a lot of ballparks that wound up being the go-ahead home run. And I'm just on full tilt that the Cardinals season's going to come to an end at this thing that I've been hating the moment it came in. And the Astros fans are in full celebration. And I'm like, I got to get out of here. I'm in a bad headspace. I'm 29 years old. I'm not even playing. And I should be able to handle it better. But that is why I left the facility in the 8th inning before you guys completed the comeback.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. I still have chills when I think about that stuff. So, here's a little trivia for you.
All right.
Who was the last RBI in the old Busch Stadium? I'm talking about including playoffs.
You.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about that?
I didn't think he'd ask a question if it wasn't him.
Yeah, I thought it might have been a Mulder squeeze.
I had a sacrifice fly off of Roy Oswald.
How about that? He dealt that night, didn't he? Because, man, I'm telling you, we thought,
he did.
and I think everybody around baseball thought, once Pujols did that to Lidge, you guys come back to St. Louis, you're going to win those next 2 games. But to Oswald's credit, he dealt, huh?
Yes, he did. That guy was incredible. His curveball was second to none.
That was the only RBI in that game, by the way.
Yes.
5-1 loss. That was such a letdown.
That one, I didn't even know that. We lost 5-1, but yes, I had the RBI.
There it is, though. Historical trivia, 20-year anniversary coming up, and the 06 team, record-wise, the worst of that stretch where they were the best team in baseball, but in 04, ran out of gas in the World Series, 2005, ran out of gas in the NLCS, and then lo and behold, 06, and everybody talks about the Edmonds speech kind of in San Diego to kind of get the gang going. And that, I mean, it was a loaded roster, but he only won 83 games. I don't think anybody saw that team winning a World Series.
No, not at all. Like that record still holds as us having the worst record going into the playoffs and actually winning it. But yeah, like that Edmonds speech obviously was a big impact because the one thing that he told us was everybody is 0-0. Like nobody has the best record, nobody has the best team. Everybody is even right now. We're going in here knowing that we are the best team, and let's keep it that way, and let's keep that mojo going. And that just lit a fire under everybody. And then, we all hit, to tell you the truth. Like, if everybody was, it just came together.
I would imagine no matter what age you get, even if you get, when you're 90 years old, you'll still look back at those years as probably the greatest times of your life. Is that accurate?
Oh, for sure. Just besides my wife and my kids, signing a baseball contract, living out my dream, I can't ask for anything more in my life. And if, I've had 5 surgeries, right? If God was to tell me over again, hey, at the age of 9, listen to me, you're going to make it to the big leagues, but you're going to go through some hardship. You're going to have 5 surgeries throughout your life. Would you want to go through all this pain again? And guaranteed 1,000%, yes, I would want to do it again.
And back in the day, Patios was right next door to the old field, and there was a time when this before everybody put everything on video and online. Doug, you could walk in there, and Ray King might be serving drinks. Klein might be behind the bar. John Rodriguez may or may not have been there.
That's right.
You enjoyed that moment in time, did you not? You were.
Yes, I did.
Amen.
It was great. It was just great hanging out with the fans, to tell you the truth, because there's nothing like, Cardinal fans, Redbird fans, like that place embraces you, even in, the best times, the worst times, or even keel. It never doesn't matter. They treat you like family out there, and I'm always grateful to them.
You still hear from fans every now and then? You ever get recognized on the street?
Yeah. No, I have my Instagram at JRod_factory. I'm on there, and I get a few DMs saying, we miss you. When are you coming back? Things like that. So I'm supposed to do a couple of signings when I get back for the 20th anniversary in September. And then, if you want me to appear on your show when I get there, I'm happy to.
Nice. Yeah, we had Suppan in studio a couple weeks ago when he was in town.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Nice, Doug. Another friend of the show coming into the studio.
They're just lining up, Tim, to be honest. Brad Thompson's on this show at 9:30 today.
Yeah.
Another
teammate.
And there you have it, Tim.
Do we lose him?
Nope, I'm still here.
Oh, still here.
Right.
Okay.
Excited about the Brad Thompson visit. John, thanks for checking in with us. It all started with a little Johnny Load conversation here. I forget how.
Yeah.
And now I feel like we have clarity on the spikes after all these years.
Yeah, the Johnny Load thing never, that was bad. Even,
Johnny Baseball.
John, appreciate the time, man. Great hearing from you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys. See you soon.
All right, take it easy, man. That's John Rodriguez with us here on the Collier and Thompson phone lines, talking it over, and we'll be podcasting the Brad Thompson interview, it sounds like, coming up at 9:30.
I don't know what happened there. A little drop off. Don't know. That'll be the next 30 for 30 we get to.
Yeah.
I like Tony saying Johnny Baseball. You can't do. And then I forget already what he ended up with.
Johnny Rod.
Johnny Rod.
Johnny Rod.
Tim sounds like films you'd be watching.
That's right. Yep, films I am watching as we speak in
So
the
is
studio.
Johnny Lowe, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
It is a shame he got hurt because he could hit. I mean, how many guys with a career average of 298 only get 2 years in the major league? And he played a considerable amount. He could hit.
Yeah, like I said, he led off that inning. I have the play-by-play of that inning. Does anybody remember? And of course, everybody remembers Pujols-Lidge, but it's not nearly as famous as Freese and Neftali Feliz. But from a game probability standpoint, the Astros were operating in the 99.9% category because that all started with two outs. John Rodriguez struck out swinging. John Mabry struck out swinging. Brad Lidge was invincible. He was invincible. And then David Eckstein snuck a little base hit on a 2-strike, 2-out pitch through the infield. And now you've got the tying run coming into the plate in the place of Jim Edmonds, who walked on 5 pitches. And all of a sudden now, like Alex Smalley on the 18 tee box this morning, holes get tight. And here comes Albert Pujols, and that buzz in the ballpark is still there. But alas, then Pujols said, he did this interview with Jimmy Rollins, and I can't recall who else. Maybe you guys have seen this on YouTube, talking about that moment. And he said the key to that at bat was, this is Pujols talking, he came at him with a slider, and Pujols flailed at it. And he said once he did that, he knew he was coming back with it. And he said it was just like slow motion. And he knew it. He knew it before he hit it that he was going to hit it out because he saw the pitch coming that he had just flailed. And not only did he just barely clear the Crawford boxes, Doug, he hit it above the Browns.
Just barely. I didn't think it was out.
Meanwhile, Lance Berkman, single becomes a home run. God, I was mad as a hornet. Hated those damn Crawford boxes.
The Dizzle like to call home runs no doubters.
Yeah.
And the producers at Two Fox would sometimes be annoyed if it just cleared the wall because the home run he would just call them no doubters. And then Doug, there was a little bit of doubt.
Sure.
That was a no doubter.
I seem to remember a Johnny Load at bat also in that series where he came up as a pinch hitter and hit a drive to the wall and somebody made a great catch. Remember that?
I think you're right. He almost had a signature moment.
Series?
Yeah, I forget where and when in a postseason moment where he gave it a ride.
Yeah, it was there in Houston, I remember.
Guys, why don't you ask him if he'll sign a bat for Iggy?
Oh.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
The X in Espresso.
He'd have to pay for the bat, though.
Yeah. The Andy Pettit replay saying, "Oh my God," is still the best. That's from Mr. Burkett's rideshare in the Form Energy YouTube chat. Yeah, when they cut to him sitting next to Roger Clemens, and he mouths the words, "Oh my God." It's one thing if you've got Nelson Cruz and he's running backwards and it's like, is he going to catch it? Is he not going to catch it? Of course, 95% of outfielders in that spot probably are catching it. But in the case of the Lidge Pujols moment, from the moment it left the bat, it was absolutely yard work.
Yeah, it sounded like a gunshot had gone off.
Tim, Jimmy Rollins and Ryan Howard did that Pujols interview. Yeah, there it is. It's on YouTube. And he talks about the backstory and how he looked across the Astros dugout after Berkman's home run. And there was a pitcher by the name of Brandon Backey, I believe, who was in full-on celebration mode, kind of like Bryce Harper with the "It's Over" on to Schwarber. And then Walker was going to pop out on his final swing. And then all of a sudden, oh no, But Pujols, it's just like that's what these guys do, though, man. It's like Jordan. I always talk about Jordan and the iPad and The Last Dance. Everybody became the enemy. Everybody became the motivator. Something that person didn't even think was a slight was what they used to motivate him. And Pujols is like, I just want another at bat because I'm pissed at Brandon Backey's celebration. Brandon Backey's probably sitting somewhere now, and going, damn, I didn't know about that. But these guys find things to motivate him and dial in, and all he wanted was that opportunity. And Eckstein gets a base hit, Edmonds gets the walk, and uh-oh.
And you would have thought the Cardinals would come home and win it here.
Absolutely.
But
I know they thought that.
That's the perfect example of the old baseball cliche that momentum is only as good as the next day's starting pitcher.
Yep. It's nothing personal. It's just kind of a clutch gene, I guess, for lack of a better term. It would have been nice if that was not a Mark Mulder start. Roy Oswalt was probably the perfect guy for the Astros in that spot. He had that killer mentality at that point in his career. I know the Cardinals got him. I think he was the starter. I think he was on the mound, actually, for the Rally Squirrel thing 5 years later for the Phillies. But, yeah, it would have been nice if that was a Carpenter or Supine start, actually.
A number of people said it was Edmonds got ejected with 2 strikes, and I forget where in that series.
That did happen.
And then Rodriguez hit for him. Came up and hit a deep drive.
Yeah.
And that was going on at the exact same time as the Bush push in South Bend, Indiana. Is that right? That was a Saturday afternoon, evening, Doug? Am I right on that?
The Bush push?
Yeah. Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart. Am I right on that?
I don't remember that.
Man, if we used to could do just a little show prep.
Okay. Bush push. I'll remember it for tomorrow.
If it comes up again.
That Albert home run lives rent-free in my head year-round. That's from Tim's Offshore Bookie. Is this gentleman an Astros fan? But if you're an Astros fan, I think you feel like, it happened, but it didn't matter. Right. Yeah. Like, in the end, we won. We beat you. Sure, it was a, brutal moment, but they got to the World Series. Cardinals didn't. So I don't know. I don't follow that, but maybe I'm missing something. I apologize. Guys, question: what was more dramatic? Edmonds 04 walk-off, Pujols 05 off Lidge. I would say the Pujols 05 off Lidge. That's from Chunk and the Chuck.
Yeah, because of huge comeback. Thought you had lost, given up hope. I'd say that one.
Yeah. Text in 314-399-9646. Talk it over in the Form Energy YouTube chat. And you are also welcome to email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. It's TMA 101 ESPN.
Village Bar. If you need a recommendation for lunch this afternoon or happy hour or a little dinner break with the family or friends, head to the Village Bar in Des Peres. Best cheeseburger in town. Get the waffle fries or the regular fries. It's fine. Great chicken wings as well. And while you're there, order a cocktail with 1879. That's the company in back inside the barn. 1879 Distilling, where they make all these different flavors of Red Barn vodka. You've got the dark Havana rum. If friends invite you over this summer, mix it up a little bit. Bring a cocktail from 1879. It's all made right there in back inside the barn and now winning awards throughout the region, award-winning spirits. They started this really as an homage to the old days. The Germans had distilleries down on the riverfront. That tradition continues now at the Village Bar, and you can also have a private event at the barn in back. Find out more, 1879distilling.com. And on Saturdays, the tasting room is open noon to 5. You can also get merchandise there for Village Bar and 1879. That's a great spot. It's the Blue Building connected to Village Bar right there on the east, and it's the general store. It's a really cool spot. So on Saturday, swing by there, and anytime you want to meet up with friends and family, just do it at the Village Bar.
This is Jackson with a SportsCenter update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. England loses to Argentina yesterday 2-1. Late goals for Argentina sends them back to the World Cup final. They try to repeat against Spain on Sunday. That's going to be 2 p.m. in East Rutherford, New Jersey. That was another SportsCenter update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
It's TMA 101 ESPN. We are in the Marcana Evergreen Wealth Strategies 9 o'clock hour here on the morning after. Just joined by former Cardinal John Rodriguez. Brad Thompson coming up at 9:30. Mike McGreevy will be with us as well. We will have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day coming up at approximately 9:45, give or take. So send yours in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Martin, can you tell us about Seth Goldcamp and Design Air?
I can, Tim. Thanks for asking.
Yes.
I feel like Larry Nickel. Yeah, thanks for asking. Design Air has been around a long time, more than a century. And, of course, heating and cooling has come a long way from the early days. And as things have changed, they've adapted with great technology. That's what they have at Design Air. But the thing that remains the same is that commitment to the customer. And you can tell a difference when you work with Design Air. You're going to be stressed out if the air conditioner is not working right or if you need to replace it. It is stressful. That's why you want a great team coming into your home to make the repairs or to let you know what the options are for replacement. That's why Seth Goldcamp spent so much time putting together an awesome lineup. That's what they have. Awesome employees who are not going to sell you something you don't need. They get the repair done, get you back up and running. And on top of that, it's real helpful. Just do the maintenance program. You can sign up at designairservice.com. That means year-round they're maintaining that HVAC unit so you don't have any surprises when it's the middle of the winter or the middle of the summer. So get the maintenance program and just know when you deal with Design Air, not only the longest running sponsor here on TMA, but a St. Louis-based family-owned and operated business for more than a century. DesignairService.com.
There it is. Design Air, sponsor of our email of the day, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. One of the conversations Cardinal fans are having following Jordan Walker's success at the Home Run Derby is, should the Cardinals now lock him up? It's something that I'm sure many were thinking after the announcement of J.J. Weatherholt's extension this past week. Derek Gould joined BK and Ferrario to give his thoughts on what that situation looks like and what the dollars may look like.
I mean, look, Jordan is he's on pace to reach free agency as one of the youngest free agents ever because of when he made his debut, right? He's in that Bryce Harper type of zone for a free agent, and that is a level of riches entering his prime that the Cardinals are going to have to accommodate and understand in any extension. So you're talking about a sizable difference in financial commitment compared to what Weatherholt got just to get Jordan Walker into his 30s. You know, he's a guy who, when they look at what they want their future to be, he is the future of their offense. And he is driving in J.J. Weatherholt and maybe Vaughn Herrera. And they are joined by Joshua Baez in a remarkable outfield, right? With two right-handed hitting power guys that are the envy of the division, if not the league, because it's so rare. And that's who they envision as their core. And with Jordan, it's just a costly one to put in place.
Nolan Arenado, his extension was 8 years, $260 million when he signed it.
Yep.
If I set that as the baseline for a contract that Jordan Walker signs in St. Louis as the extension, do you think that is higher or lower than what the likely number would be for him here?
You said 280, right?
260, 8 by 260.
That is remarkably close.
Okay.
How about that, Doug? What do you think about those numbers?
I would think if you're the Cardinals, you would do that. I'm not sure if you're Walker, you would do that. But I think if I'm the Cardinals, I would want to see another year of this. Are you going to give somebody $260 million over what he did for 93 games? Because in the previous 2 years, you weren't real happy with the guy. And now he has a fantastic half of a season. And are you going to throw $250 million at him? That's kind of risky.
Martin, what is your understanding if you have one? And I tend to think you sometimes know.
No, on this one, I don't have any intel. My gut is that they will wait a little bit.
Oh, is that right?
That's just my gut. And because there have been a lot of struggles to get to this point, I would think Weatherholt, you would say, well, this guy's barely been in the big leagues, and they locked him up. Now, $14 million on average a year is almost nothing in baseball terms. So if it doesn't go great, it's not the end of the world. You start getting that $300 million range, that's some serious money there. And I think they would look at Weatherholt. There's been a little more of a consistent straight line path, whereas Walker has had a lot of struggles to get to this point. So you got to be sure before you write that big check. And they would never say that publicly. They'll probably start to get asked about it. Chaim Bloom, I'm sure some interviews the rest of the season will be, hey, where are you? And he's going to politely decline to discuss. But you got 2 more arbitration years. So let's say Walker going to arbitration this next offseason, if they can't agree to a deal, would get a massive raise. He's at $799,000 this year. If he goes to arbitration, if they just couldn't agree, I mean, what's he going to get next year? $20 million? I mean, so he's going to get paid a ton for the next couple of years. But I suspect that they'll wait a little bit. That's just my gut.
Yeah.
And it sounds unfair to a guy who's on top of the world right now. He's an emerging star in the game. But I think they probably do have just a couple questions to make sure that this is the real deal. Not that he isn't a great kid and potentially a great player, but that it's going to be like this for a while. That's what you're saying. If you sign him for 7-8 years, that he's going to be this guy now for a while.
Yeah, it's not an easy call on their part, I wouldn't think. You absolutely want to lock him up as long as you possibly could, but not at the risk of not being able to put a decent team around him.
And if you're him and his agent, hey, you're only a couple of years away from free agency, right? You'd be 26-ish going into that offseason in your prime where you could get a ridiculous contract.
Yeah.
But then you're also saying that I got to maintain this for a couple more years.
But if he does, if this is who the player he is for the next 2 or 3 years, he's going to get paid like Juan Soto.
Well, absolutely. If he can keep this up. It's a fascinating song and dance back and forth, you know.
And if he's going to command that kind of money, would the Cardinals even be one of the players that would offer him that? I don't know that they could.
And the fact that Brandon Walker says he shouldn't be a Cardinal, is that a factor in any of this, Doug?
No, it isn't.
He shouldn't be a Cardinal.
But how much money could the Dodgers throw at him or the Mets? Probably far more than the Cardinals could throw at him. So, unless you lock him up now, you're probably guaranteed to lose him.
And that's, if I'm the agent, that's what I'm saying. Every day you wait, price is going up. I mean, how much does the price go up just on a home run derby, which is just an exhibition, but in terms of status in the game and just kind of perception about him and his future based on one night in Philadelphia? I think that's not what they're going to base the contract on, but I feel like if you're the agent and you're talking about his value on the open market, it certainly went way up after what happened in Philadelphia around the league.
And if you're the agent coming up on arbitration, who's to say it would be unreasonable to say we're going to want $30 million?
Oh, you probably would ask for that.
Yeah. There's a lot of players putting up lesser numbers than him, making more than that.
And I hope to God it is sustainable, that this is the player he's going to be for a number of years, because we've talked a lot about them not having superstars, but also not having an outfield that can provide power. That's been going on for a number of years. Just have nobody in the outfield with power. And if, as Derek referenced, if you get Baez here and get him going, and Walker, if you have the guy in left hitting 30 homers, the guy in right hitting 30 homers, that's something they've been dying for. And then Weatherholt and Wynn can hit 250, 260. And you got the outfield guys who are hitting all the homers. I do feel bad. Like Burleson just gets forgotten about all the time.
Yeah.
He had nearly 70 RBIs. He's just a great hitter.
Yeah, throw him in there. Weatherholt, Herrera getting on base a lot, and Burleson being a very productive hitter. If you put Walker and Baez behind that, that's a pretty formidable lineup. But are you going to be able to afford them all?
Doug, we're about to get Slurpees, I feel like.
Okay, I guess. But Burleson's going to want to get paid at some point, too.
Sure. And he's creeping close to free agency because he debuted in 22.
First year of arbitration last year. Or he's in his first year of arbitration contract.
And he's probably a what, $12 to $15 million a year player?
Talking about in the
Is
free
that
agent
fair?
market?
Yeah, yeah,
Probably in that ballpark.
I would think. And there was a time when they could pay all those salaries, but now with the TV deal different and the attendance different than what it was in the heyday, I'm just not sure they can afford that, all those guys.
There is certainly that conversation. I know fans probably don't want to hear it, or a number of fans don't want to hear it. The other part of the conversation is what's going to take place this offseason and potentially throughout 2027 with a work stoppage, and then how the baseball economic structure comes out of that situation. Maybe it makes it more reasonable for it to take place.
Yeah.
Or maybe it makes it more difficult. I don't know. I would think it would be the former.
Yeah, where you could only pay him so much if you had a salary cap. You're not going to spend it all on one guy.
I just think in general, the idea, and I don't know if I'm missing an obvious one here, of having a young core for the Cardinals, young core, because like when Pujols came up, you still had, the team was peppered with veterans. Edmonds had debuted, I think, in '94. At that point, Roland would come along in 2002, but he had been in Philadelphia for a number of years. McGuire's final season was Pujols' rookie season. Darryl Kyle was certainly the captain of the pitching staff. Matheny was a veteran presence, considered a big-time leader in that clubhouse. But this is a young core coming up and getting a chance to do it together. And I also think the positive ramifications of that is then there is somewhat, and it might be one of the reasons why they're having success relative to expectations this year, is you don't know what you don't know, and you then learn those things together. But also coming with that is that youthful energy. I think it was something that if Jason Isringhausen were on the show, he would talk about, not necessarily with the Cardinals, but his time in Oakland. Those guys just got to live in this world of insanity out there, but it was just a bunch of young guys because they could never afford the big-time free agents, or they didn't spend to have the big-time free agents, and they just played ball and had a good time. And so along those lines, the Cardinals now have that without, any form of a wet blanket in the clubhouse, tamping it down. And so these guys can be the core, and these guys can be the faces of the organization, a topic I feel like we've had here for a little while. Who's going to be the face of the organization? You can have these faces of the organization. There is intrinsic value on that in addition to what they bring to the table on the field.
Yeah. I'd be fascinated if Walker was approached, if he would be inclined to say, yeah, after the struggles I've had, let's take it, instead of rolling the dice.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I were him, having struggled, I'd say, sure, you want to give me a huge deal? And then the agent would say, no, wait 2 years. God, it would be hard to wait, I think, if you're him, if there's something decent on the table.
The numbers that they were throwing around on the fast lane, 8 years, $260 million, that would give him about $32 million a year. I think that might be something that both sides could go for. Do you think? If the Cardinals were to offer him right now, 8 years, $260 million, comes to about $32 million a year.
It's just insane,
yeah.
Insane that we're saying this from a year ago.
That it might not be enough. Yeah.
And that's why I think they would probably pause just a little bit. Granted, a lot of this is the analytics people still looking at launch angles and exit velo and like projected numbers, and I'm sure they're running it through the lab before you just say, yeah, sounds good. There'd be a lot of scrutiny, I think. On what does the future look like? How does it project?
It will ultimately probably get down to Mr. DeWitt saying yes or no. But wouldn't it just be soul crushing if he were to leave and become Aaron Judge for 10 years for somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
If we get some decent pitching, we could be pretty good. That's some Pele Blanco.
Yeah. That's pretty much every team in baseball. Yeah, there is that. You do have to get some pitching.
Lifetime Roofing's online at lifetimeroofingstl.com. Serving the St. Louis metropolitan area since 2005. That's Dustin McClendon and his team at Lifetime Roofing, sponsor of the Lifetime Roofing Lead. Lifetime Roofing is online at lifetimeroofingstl.com. Ask about their literal lifetime warranty on new roofs and James Hardy Siding. It is award-winning and it is A+ rated. This company only operates in the St. Louis metropolitan area. They're not storm chasers. They're not out-of-towners. They're not corporate, that's for sure. And they're not a franchise or PE-owned. It is Lifetime Roofing, locally and veteran-owned. LifetimeRoofingSTL.com. In need of a roof? Go to LifetimeRoofingSTL.com. Brad Thompson coming up on the Polos Plus dossier. Design, air, heating, and cooling email today coming up on the Polos Plus dossier. And I believe friend of the program, Mike McGreevy, coming up on the Polos Plus dossier as well. It's TMA 101 ESPN.
Doug the texter, Doug's left pinky toe said, why are we talking sports?
Well, it's supposed to be a sport-ish show.
They're not happy when we are. They're not happy when we aren't. And then Raider Greg said, can we get back to soccer talk? Feel like you guys have really hit your stride talking footy over the last few weeks. That's from Man City Greg, who's changed his name during the World Cup. So back to footy or back to baseball?
Footy wouldn't be a bad name for the sport.
That's what they call it?
That's what they call it. Like in England, they call it footy.
Yeah.
And if you talk about the British team, you have to say 3 Lions. Every team has like a cute nickname.
Sure. 3 Lions.
Well, what's the U.S. nickname?
I don't know.
It's a good question. Why don't we get one?
We can make one.
3 Lions. And then there was a recap of the game yesterday, and it said, until Argentina struck during the death. I'm like, during the death? Sounds so dramatic.
How late am I?
56 seconds.
No, is that right?
Not
Okay,
bad. And,
so it happened, Martin. It finally happened. We've been here almost 5 years, and it just happened.
Well, what
Jackson,
happened?
you want to guess? I feel like you're dialed in.
You dropped your phone in the toilet.
No. That's live as well because I'm active on TikTok during commercial breaks.
You didn't hit on Courtney's show.
No, but I saw Courtney.
Full. The blank is full. Was the bathroom full of people and couldn't get in?
I don't know what that even means.
Well, each like stall and urinal was filled.
No, but you're in the right category.
Someone stopped you to talk and you couldn't get away from them?
That's every day. Oh, I got to run. The boys are in a break and they need me.
That restroom that's right next to the TMA studio.
Oh, yeah.
Which we can fortunately hear. The Flush, Martin and Schaefer Door Company actually sponsored the Flush.
The Flush?
Yes, they did. Great Jason Gosrow. I walked in there, and there was a gentleman in there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you walked in on somebody.
Oh, wow.
Was he seated?
Oh, no. You can't unsee it.
Not seated.
Oh, he was not seated.
It was the Simpsons gif.
Yeah, Grandpa Simpson.
Oh, okay. God, that's so uncomfortable. Hey, have a great show. Sorry.
He forgot to lock it.
That's correct.
And that lock can be a little tricky, I think. So it's confusing because it says don't do this.
I am in the midst of coming down from that high as we speak.
It's a lot to overcome.
Martin once called it the Matt Lauer lock.
Well, you control it yourself. Well, luckily he wasn't in the toilet because we do have a porta potty update that we'll get to. But now, Brad Thompson is on the phone.
Callier and Thompson phone lines. Brad, I'm coming down from that experience, but I know Doug and Martin will have some wonderful questions as I try to workshop what I just saw.
I've learned a lot here already, and I have many questions. I too have used that restroom in the past. I know exactly where you're talking. I don't think the lock's that tricky. I mean, yeah, there are some issues, like it can get stuck, but if you're going to dedicate to do that at work, the first thing I'm doing is locking a door. Like, that's number one. There's no chance I am not doing number one before doing number two. There's no way.
Now, to clarify, Tim says the guy was not seated.
That would have really, at that point, the good news is it was a guest of the, I don't know who, but he was not.
Station guest.
That's correct. It was not.
Somebody you have to see at the lunch line.
Someone you have to lock eyes with again.
Yeah. Oh, boy, that changes the dynamic heretofore.
I'd much rather that be somebody that I know that I can use that with, like oh hey,
like Rivers,
great to see you with your pants on.
So Jackson, you said you'd like to see Jamie Rivers.
Well, if you're like,
you immediately jumped in when.
Well, to Brad's point, like someone that you said, like if you can use it as like artillery against them, there's like Jamie Rivers would be like first thought.
Yeah, but he would do that on purpose and just stand in front of the door. Right. Like he's a different character.
Sure.
And to clarify, Brad, it's the tricky part to the lock is that there's a big note next to it that says "Don't do this." And I'm like, oh my god, I just got to go so bad. I don't have time to dissect what to do with the lock because I've been using bathroom locks my whole life, and yet here there's like a opus to explain it.
Yeah, there's a little process.
Yeah, and. On another quick aside, it's been a couple of years since I've used that restroom. You would think that maybe you just make an adjustment so you don't even have to have a note. Just fix the lock. Either way.
Thank you. Now we've come to the same point.
All right, I'm over it now. Okay, pull it together, boy. Pull it together, boy. Pull it together, boy.
As long as we're not seated, we can get through this.
That's what it was. Brad, let's talk Jordan Walker at the Home Run Derby. We haven't talked since that happened. I'm telling you, man, and I don't know what it was like for you, your reaction, if you were watching it with the family, but that moment, really took over St. Louis sports. And because it wasn't like a playoff game for the Blues or Cardinals, I don't think anybody went into that night thinking it was going to get that kind of experience out of it, but it became a signature moment, albeit for a home run derby exhibition. So what was your experience for that?
Yeah, look, I agree. I feel like it was even more so than a St. Louis moment. I feel like something that we've had the great opportunity to see over the course of the year of this young man turning into a star, like actually showed up on the biggest stage. And now people that maybe were like looking at the numbers and like, I guess Jordan Walker, whoever he is, he's having a good year. Oh, this guy's in the home run derby. I don't know him. Now you do. Like, now you know the kid. And he showed up on a big stage. It was awesome. It was awesome watching that. I had spending the All-Star break in Las Vegas, drove down to, I'm in San Diego now, but was watching the game with, watching it with my son. He's yelling at the TV. Like, it was just a cool moment to have St. Louis in the biggest spotlight and to do it in that environment where it had nothing to do with Jordan. It was everything to do with Schwarber, as we all know. But getting booed every time he ended up stepping up to the plate, getting cheered every time he didn't hit a home run. Like, you got to be a special character to be able to handle that, and he did. So I was so happy for him, happy for the Cardinals. We've talked about this for years. Like, one thing that has been missing, there have been things missing, but, like, one thing has been, like, that star power. Like, who do I buy a ticket to go see? And Jordan Walker has been putting together one of those seasons and certainly put together one of those evenings where it's like, man, I got to go see this kid and see what he's all about.
And I thought the fact that he wasn't voted in by the fans, wasn't voted in by the players, gets picked by the commissioner. Obviously, he was always going to be an all-star. But amongst his peers, I feel like he went up several notches. Like the guys around the league who kind of saw his stats but really hadn't seen him play. And then for him in front of that group, forget the hostile Philly fans, I think it's intimidating to look around and see Harper and Schwarber and all, Mike Trout just watching, and you're still kind of new to the big stage. I mean, I thought that was like there's a clutch gene, and we even said recently he's been hitting home runs that put him in the lead or get him back into games.
Yep.
I think something we hadn't talked about and we didn't have reason to say it in the past, he seems to have a little bit of a clutch gene.
I think it's a great point, and I can't wait till we get an opportunity to see that same gene on an October stage, right, as opposed to a midsummer classic. But that is a great point of feeling like, because I guarantee you, like, there had to be a feeling, and probably still is a feeling for Jordan of like, holy blank, that's so-and-so. Like, I am in this club. And you're a part of a special club when you are a Major League Baseball player, one of very few that have ever got a chance to wear the jersey. But the club gets a little bit smaller when it becomes an all-star. And it's that scene. And then not just being a part of it and watching from the side, but every single eyeball is on you and still able to perform at that level. So he has always had that level of calmness. I was talking about this with the guys on the fast lane yesterday. I can't think off the top of my head, I can't think of one time where Jordan ever lost his cool, ever threw his stuff, ever yelling at somebody. Like, he is just a very calm and collected individual, and he needed that. Like, he needed those traits in that moment.
Brad Thompson, our guest, I agree with you, and not only am I looking forward to seeing when he gets that opportunity to do it on an October afternoon or evening here in St. Louis, but I also would imagine the byproduct of that, again, exhibition, is the confidence that he gets from it. And one of the things Brad Martin's talked about, because we get asked about it plenty of times, I'm sure you get asked about it 100 times more than we do, what has happened here that's taken this guy from his struggles in 23, 24, and 25 to what we're seeing in the first half of 26. And the word Martin always uses, confidence. Well, if confidence has become such a significant factor, then he gained even more by stepping into that arena and doing it in the face of that adversity and opposition.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a really good point. And confidence, I don't care what you do for a living. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to, right? And it certainly is amplified when you're performing in front of thousands of people every single night. You better have that belief. We've all seen it in the past. We've all seen hitters where you're looking at him, you're like, whoa, that guy doesn't believe. And Jordan Walker actually last year is maybe an example of that. Not that he wasn't putting everything into it, not that he didn't care. Obviously he cared, but it seemed like every single at-bat he was 0-2, and you could just see it in his eyes. It was like, well, here it comes the slider. There it is.
says, okay, he's out. Like, sometimes you have to go through struggles like that. You have to have the bad times to reap the benefits of the good times. And he learned what it's like struggling at the highest level. And instead of crumbling, or instead of just, well, this is what I do, it's always worked, it's going to be fine, he went back to the drawing board and he listened and he put in the time to revamp his swing and revamp his swing decisions. Like, so there were so many things that went into it. And as we've talked about plenty, look, this wasn't like all of a sudden spring training started and this is the new Jordan Walker. No, he was out of games and he was like revamping his swing on the backfields a week before the season started. Like, this game is so difficult, but if you continue to put in the work, if you continue to have the confidence that you mentioned, dude, it's going to be a whole lot easier for you if you do that. And then plus you have the God-given abilities that this young man has, the power, the poise, everything about it, the athleticism. I mean, he's got the entire package. So, man, I'm right there with you. I think that the idea of doing that on that stage and then the swagger that you must have coming off of something like that, I mean, that can only be a benefit for him.
That has then led to a conversation regarding his long-term future in St. Louis. I think that already was going on with what we heard from Bill DeWitt III with the J.J. Weatherholt extension 6 days ago, and saying, and I'm paraphrasing, that this will be the first of many just getting started with some of these extensions, and naturally people start thinking about Walker. Then you have what happens in Philadelphia on Monday night, and it only exacerbates it. What are your thoughts on the Cardinals and Walker and a long-term extension?
Yeah, he's not getting any cheaper. That's one of the first thoughts. But I also understand, like, so think about this, like in his rookie season, a couple of weeks in when he was putting up some decent numbers, wasn't hitting for power, but he was hitting for average and everything seemed good. And you think, okay, well, he's on the right path. Like, had they signed him to a long-term deal then, and then he went through the struggles, I feel like there'd have been a whole lot of scrutiny on him. Like, so timing is a thing for each one of these deals. Like, there are some guys, and the Brewers have done this a lot, of signing guys before they get to the big leagues. I think they got 3 guys on their roster that they did that to multi-year deals. But the timing is a big key, and so is the earning potential of a power guy like Jordan Walker. But if you're thinking about the Cardinals, everything that they've done and everything they've talked about is referencing the future, right? Well, this young man is smack dab in the middle of the future. He's 24 years old, has not even reached his prime as a hitter in the big leagues, and he's starting to put together these sort of numbers. So absolutely, you've got to be thinking about, and obviously they are, about what that looks like. How do you put together a package that is good for the organization, that is good for the player, and then at least make him make a decision at some point. But I think that Jordan finds himself squarely in the face of, like, what does the future of St. Louis Cardinal baseball look like? Fortunately, you got a little bit of time, right, when it comes to just control over the player with the current contract structure. But you want far more than just your control that you have. I feel like you want a long-term relationship with this guy.
But it seems like if you're going to pony up to give him the big bucks that he probably is going to command, some of the veterans on the team, the few that do make some money, their days may be numbered with the team. Is that a fair assumption?
I can't speak to that. I have no idea how they want to, how they're going to allocate some spending, how that looks in the future. So, yeah, I don't know what that looks like. I feel like they have a good nucleus. Certainly, there's going to be some pieces that move around. That churn happens every single year. But I don't think that if you sign one guy to an extension, that means, if X gets money, Y has to go. I don't necessarily look at it that way. Certainly, there is a structure. You're not going to give everybody these multi-year deals. But that's where the hard part of things come in is, okay, well, what is our quote unquote budget? How do we best allocate it? And how do we set ourselves up for the future? So they certainly have a lot of balls in the air when you're talking about what you do with these players. But gosh, they're good decisions and good things to be talking about at this point.
There does seem to be some pitching help that's a little down the road, whether it's Liam Doyle or Tanner Franklin or now this Jurangelo Sinjay. But what about Quinn Matthews? What have you heard on him? Because it feels like if he's ever going to be knocking on the door age-wise and time in the minors, it seems to me like he's got to be, if he's going to be a big leaguer, it would happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah, he's pitched really well as of late at Memphis.
Yeah, I would agree with both of you guys. I think that this is. I think it will be sooner or later for Quinn Matthews. I've heard nothing but good things, and better. Right, he has grown. There were times in the last couple of seasons where it's like, man, I just don't know if he's quite there yet. I feel like he's starting to put it together. Obviously, physically and mentally, that's a big part of it for every player, certainly every pitcher. But I feel like we'll see down the stretch. And obviously, I don't have a big office, so I can't make any of these decisions. But there will be opportunities that come up, and probably some opportunities maybe after a trade deadline that come up. And I guarantee his name, I already know his name has been kicked around plenty, so there's a good chance we see him. And that's exciting, right? It's exciting to get a chance to see some of these arms, because to me, that's the biggest key. It's not how the Cardinals offensively are going to stack up, and certainly you still need to see more and more firepower. To me, is like, how are they going to catch up in an arms race in a game where it's power arms, it's swing and miss? Where does that end up coming from? And certainly Quinn Matthews is a guy that provides a swing and miss. He's not a 99-100 guy, but he is a guy that generates a lot of whiffs.
Boy, you see a lot of power arms in that All-Star game, didn't you? When they can, an American League pitching staff can strike out 15 All-Star hitters and throw a shutout. You know, it's tough to hit those guys who are at the top of their game.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? All of the arms that are out there. And certainly when you're trotting them out for an inning apiece and everybody is able to give you their best bolt, that is a different animal. So we talk about how hard it is to hit in the big leagues. Talked about some of the struggles that Jordan Walker had. That's a reminder. This game is freaking difficult. It is very, very hard. And you got to figure out ways to make adjustments along the way. But when you're looking at some of the arms that everybody's trotting out, that's what it looks like now. Like, it seems like every rotation has a couple of guys that are in the upper 90s with wipeout, swing and miss stuff, that have an over 30% K rate, that the walks are low. Like, they've got legit real deal guys, and that's what you're looking to build more of. Every single organization is looking for more and more of those guys.
Brad Thompson joins us every Thursday here on TMA. Cardinals and Diamondbacks. Are you on this trip?
I am not on this trip. I am currently in San Diego. I'm about to go to the San Diego Zoo this morning with family, which is not free, by the way, guys. I don't know if you know that. Not every
free
zoo is free.
How, free parking?
Boy. Nope, no free parking. I haven't. I think the parking might be $45. The ticket to get into this zoo today is $78 per person. Per person, not a family, not a carload, per person.
You could go to ours for free.
Disgusting. I know. No, I know that. I know. Now I'm going to steal me a meerkat or something.
Steal one of the animals.
Yeah. I feel like
it's one of those things where I could probably get it back home, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they owe you a fair amount.
I agree with that. So you're not on that trip, and are you going to hang around and then do the Anaheim since you're in San Diego?
Nope. That makes way too much logistical sense. I'm going to go all the way back home. I will be back home for Arizona, the makeup game on the Thursday, then have the homestand.
Yeah.
We're saying the thunderous return for Jordan Walker. We'll have to wait a day since they're doing that. They're knocking out the 4:15, not
the Paul Sewald Bowl,
the 4:15 start.
Yeah. He wasn't real happy about that schedule.
He didn't love that one, no, and it fell on deaf ears. I bet if he had a chance to do that again, he'd probably handle it a little differently. But you might as well, if you're going to do that, make him come all the way there on their off day and then just beat the crap out of him and let him go somewhere else.
He'll probably keep the plane running.
Yeah. Brad, I'm seeing that if you want to do a VIP experience at San Diego Zoo, that's just starting at $425 per person.
Plus your ticket, by the way. You can't just buy the VIP. Don't think I didn't look at this, see if I could feed a lion. But, it was like $400 and something, but you have to also have your day ticket, because that wasn't going to be enough.
What are you going to ride an animal? What do you get? What do you get?
They got an exclusive VIP for $760.
Lunch with a zebra. What do you get for that?
I would have lunch with a zebra, but it's still not at that price, I don't think. Like, I don't think that we have the same palate either. So
I've never seen prices like this for
the zebra palate has just been broken down in the segment, Doug. That's when
Brad doesn't eat seafood, so that could be an issue with hanging with some of these animals.
Good call. Thank you for remembering that.
Brad, enjoy San Diego with the family. We always appreciate the time.
All right, you guys have a great week.
You too, man. That's Brad Thompson with us here on the Callier and Thompson phone lines, talking it over regarding a wide variety of Cardinal topics as they get ready to start the second half, metaphorically speaking, tomorrow night in Arizona, then off to Anaheim before heading home for the one-game set, Doug.
I'm concerned about zoo pricing. If you're going to take a family of 4 to San Diego and pay to park, you're going to spend like $500.
Yeah. They do have giant pandas, though.
Oh, well, then it's worth it.
That'll say it changes the game.
Hard to see in America.
Doug, maybe California needs higher taxes than they could pay for this.
They don't have that.
I didn't mean to do that.
Dr. Brandon Pryor isn't going to charge you that much, and he can not only help you with your teeth, he can also help you with your sleep. He's online at 100westdental.com. Jackson and I go see Dr. Pryor. 100 West Dental is on Manchester in Baldwin, right across from After the Morning After sponsor, Munganess St. Louis Acura. 100westdental.com. That's Dr. Brandon Pryor and his team. Jackson, it just doesn't feel like a dentist's office, does it?
No, it's really, really nice.
It really is. Well, it's the latest technology. Great staff, but he also now can help get your sleep back. He treats sleep apnea with custom oral appliances, and it's an alternative to a CPAP, so no mask, no machine for the right candidates. If you think you might have a sleep issue or you've already been diagnosed, they'll do a complimentary consultation to see if it is a fit. It's 100 West Dental for dentistry and sleep help. Dr. Brandon Pryor and his team at 100 West Dental, online at 100westdental.com. Got the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day coming up on the program. You can watch the show and talk it over with other TMA listeners on the TMA STL YouTube channel. Subscribe to the TMA STL YouTube channel. Subscribe to the TMA Instagram and Facebook page, as well as we are now posting more and more clips on there. TMA_STL on Instagram. And TMA STL on Facebook. It's TMA 101 ESPN. Is this a Will Ferrell theme?
It's his birthday today.
Oh, is that right? 60?
A little under, maybe 58, 59. But is this because of San Diego? Are we doing?
No, but another great call. But it is Will Ferrell's birthday.
59.
I'll say he's 61.
It's his 59th birthday today.
Martin ships it. What's it feel like, Martin?
It's emotional.
Yeah.
It's going to probably be a topic at onboarding today, which is just around the corner. But I'm not looking ahead. I'm in the moment, enjoying the win there. I thought you did it because Brad's in San Diego. Now,
That would make sense.
It triggered a lot of comments on the text line, and people saying, "Screw the Pandas."
You think Will Ferrell could get a job anchoring the news in San Diego?
Yes.
Has he ever done that as a bit? I'd be surprised if
Probably.
he
I
hasn't.
can see that. I can
Like
see
on
that.
whatever the
Yeah.
local ABC or NBC tonight. Will Ferrell sits in for us.
Yeah.
I could see that.
You couldn't take a thing that he says seriously.
No, yeah, you couldn't have him doing the
I
actual
guess it would
news.
be a credit. Maybe have him do the weather or the sports.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or some human interest story.
Had to travel south of the border to the Glendale Grind for a charcuterie symposium this morning. Some updates from the industry. The 10-year is really hurting consumer debt on meats and cheeses. Also, the parasite outbreak gave the entire industry the runs. Other than that, all is great. Heading to ODub for bridge, bitches. That's from the self-made stay-at-home Ladue mom.
Good old Warsaw.
Mr. Tim, big news. Sloppy Giuseppe on special today. We can visit the convict's domicile afterwards. That's from the 314. Martin, I'm going to translate.
Is this Adriana's? No.
Yes.
Is it?
And what does the convict's domicile mean?
Well, it's an Iggy reference, I believe. He'd be nearby,
He's in
puffing
prison
away
down there.
But the Sloppy Giuseppe at Adriana's only comes out on certain days.
Papers loves it.
It's fantastic.
Gosh.
It's really good.
I got a lunch today, otherwise I'd go with you. Not that you wanted to go, but
You guys are still trying to set this date up, and Martin seems like the guy that keeps pursuing the girl. And
yep, swing and a miss.
I throw dates out there, and he goes, "I can't do that. I
I'm
can't do
chasing
that."
sliders left and right.
And he's like, he's like Friday, and he's talking prime time.
What Friday lunch is like the perfect time, dude.
He ball strikes.
Yeah, Friday. I've been.
Well, I thought you were under the weather and maybe wouldn't be hurrying back.
No, I've been itching to get back out there. I need some sun, man. I've been inside for like a straight week.
I couldn't tell the difference.
Funny.
Gosh.
Wow. There's a lot of tension in this
really is.
Stifel studio.
Well, maybe I'll just, I'll go by myself then.
How about that?
I don't need you to have fun.
Bet you will.
Wow.
Kind of like the J-Rod Brad Thompson question.
We would have some wonderful meals down in Jupiter.
I'm just kidding.
Jupetown. It's time for the designer heating and cooling email of the day.
Somebody's mentally on the golf course, Tim.
You're mentally at the village.
Wow.
That's true.
Back and forth they go. These two are going to start making out.
Soon enough.
I get to watch.
Of course.
Thanks.
What do you mean, of course?
Well, who are we to say someone can't watch?
Cut that off.
Normal people?
Tim's walking in on guys in the
seriously.
bathroom.
Yeah.
What kind of show
I've
is
had a
this?
huge 9 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
The kind of you open the door but knock as you're doing it.
God bless. Whoa, I'm sorry. That's what he said.
Oh, it's a bad. I hate it for that guy too.
Dear Dossier, woke up this morning and spent 20 minutes wondering why my head was itching before learning that alongside a sparrow and 3 mice, a thriving lice colony had apparently moved into my hovel. This is impossible, as I survived Catholic grade school. 8 years of nuns, rulers, and institutionalized guilt should provided a lifelong immunity from head lice. If Sister Mary Catherine could eliminate personality traits, she could certainly eliminate lice. Once I realized the lice situation could derail the greatest 72-day hat giveaway in broadcasting history, I raided the glove compartment and uncovered 4 Pantera gift cards and a signed towel from a man currently traveling across America to avoid promoting a 3-part podcast about a Subway sandwich he invented 10 years ago. Only heroes can pivot so quickly. Unfortunately, I chose to conduct this archaeological dig while speeding through the parking lot at work, and I nearly sideswiped Martin's car. He thought I'd rolled down the window to start something reminiscent of the good old days. Everyone knows I'm just a big fan of wind. Now it's off to the doctor to discuss eviction proceedings for the lice. While we're at it, maybe he can serve notices to the mice and the sparrow as well. Toodles, that's from the TMA Troubadour.
TMA Troubadour. No matter how much sports we talk, no matter what guests we have, the emails are always about Strode.
I told you guys a little driving test in the parking lot yesterday. Top speed, I was gunning it.
What'd you get to?
Top speed in the parking lot, 13 miles per hour.
Oh, boy. Hey, you group of beta males. Since Virgin Sauce Boss Papers conveniently got sick, giving him another excuse not to even remotely touch the skeleton. Like he is aware, is there a Mizzou playing big games? Like, is he aware it's there? Or, I got it now.
Okay, proofread.
Like, is he aware it is there? Or is it like Mizzou playing big games? It actually made sense.
Shot at Mizzou.
Correct. Now he is pulling fire alarms to get out of work. Such a Gen Z layabout. And on the topic of the skeleton, we can trace back the fall of the Fontbonne bowling team to my client. But I think he may be responsible for the closing of the university as well. Seems like a direct correlation that within 20 years, the decline of student enrollment can be linked to Coach Strode. That poor AD never saw that coming. Also, we have yet to receive the W-2s for those years. Maybe Jake Reynolds can go grab them for us. Hey, Doug, Ollie and I are waiting to give you this pulled pork. You can find us in the alley closest to the Kirkwood Schnooks, the back seat. This LeBaron is sterile this time. Bye-bye, Iggy's crestfallen accountant.
Iggy's crestfallen accountant.
I am currently in the market for a $7.43 gift card to Lion's Choice. Anything left on a Cecil Whitaker's card after one medium pizza, or perhaps a partially redeemed Fitz's root beer card from before they switched POS systems. I'd also entertain Cyberg's, Steve's Hot Dogs, or that old Steak and Shake on Hampton if gift cards somehow still exist. As for trades, I can offer 3 Upper Deck Mark Grudzielanek cards, a faded Cardinals rally towel from a game they lost by 9 runs, 2 St. Louis ambush ticket stubs, and approximately 14 promotional hats from companies that were parts of trade deals during the Cocktails and Conversations era. Martin, were you around for Cocktails and Conversations?
What
God, that hit me. That caught me off guard.
What year would that have been?
Unfortunately, that was during that 2016 to 21 KFNS era that I spend thousands of dollars on therapy to go through.
Well, we got a guy. Now, let's see. You talk some cocktails, and then you just have a conversation. What do you say we call it? Cocktails and Conversation. Now, let's get, you know who'd be good for that? Going to cost a lot of money, but I think Costas would be perfect. Tim, will you call him? See what he says. Opportunity. So, who hosted Cocktails?
Oh, boy. Were you in charge of that?
Me?
That predated you?
Oh, yeah.
I think that might have chased Gangster Peter, the sea monster, right out of the business. I don't know. Somebody had to handle it. It was a group of ladies who would come into the podcast studio and drink.
I kind of loose now. Okay, yeah, I can kind of see the wine bottles. I'm kind of remembering this now.
I think this was a Friday afternoon thing.
Yeah, not a bad idea, but I don't remember. I'm going to look that up.
That's from Mark over at Mark's Mulch and Bra, the worldwide leader in sports.
Mark over at Mark's Mulch and Bra Emporium.
There was Sonia on
the leader in worldwide sports.
We worked then. We don't remember the show, but other people remember it.
Hey, guys. You know how dedicated I am to the show, so I took the afternoon off work yesterday to measure out the Hubbard parking lot at 264 feet. So once we can overlay the timing from the crushed red security tape, we will know exactly how fast Iggy was driving to see if he was right that it was 25 miles per hour, or if he was right that it was 20 miles per hour, or if he was right that it was 15 miles per hour. The truth will set us free, or be immediately disregarded as AI, even if it comes directly from shows that can be immediately downloaded from the TMA app to verify. Don't let us down, KG. I am Team Martin all day. I have finally found work that feels meaningful. That's from Shooter McGavin, the Vice President of Respect for the Geriatrics who can brush their teeth with Jackson's SPF 80 sunscreen and not notice it until they're done.
Shooter McGavin. It was only SPF 50.
Yep, there's a difference. And finally, I'll go to a liquid lunch with Martin. I haven't had a drink in 4 days. Also, we traded all the veterans you dildo dug. That's from Chairman Steve. He's over in Des Moines.
No, they didn't. They still have Dustin May. They still have Lars Nootbaar. They still have veterans.
He called you a name.
He did.
And that's what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Martin's headed to onboarding. We're headed to the 10 o'clock hour. We'll announce the winner coming up at 10:55. Then we'll head down the hallway for a TMA from 11 to 12. And this is the beginning of the weekend, right? Because it's only a show that airs Monday through Thursday. Yeah, so there you go, Doug. And it won't hang over you like the sword of Damocles.
Sword of Damocles.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, it hangs right over my throat.
The program's called The Morning After. It's presented by Brown and Crouppen on 101 ESPN and the TMA STL YouTube channel. Well, we are in the middle of summer, and if your home already feels too warm, your windows could be working against you. When old windows let the heat pour in, your air conditioner has to work overtime just to keep up, and you end up paying for it every month on your energy bills. Well, right now, Universal Windows Direct is making it easier than ever to get the job done. When you buy 4 windows, you get 4 free. That's one of their biggest offers of the year. The more windows you replace, the more you save. Plus, you'll get 48 months of 0% interest financing, same as cash. That's 4 full years to pay with no interest, making this the perfect time to invest in your home without stretching your budget. So, before your windows let you down, let Universal Windows Direct help you out when it gets really hot in the St. Louis area. Call 314-334-2522 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free estimate today. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free, 48 months interest-free, same as cash, comfort, efficiency, and savings all summer long. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
This is Jackson with the Sports Center update. That's brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Cardinals are back in action tomorrow evening in Phoenix, 8:40 p.m. first pitch against the Diamondbacks. No starting pitcher named as of yet. That's another Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Yeah, Doug. Well, Daniel Brown and Sung J M are your leaders at the Open.
That's 4 under.
Yeah. Bryson, Bobby Mack, Robert McIntyre, Francesco, Francesco? That right?
I think so.
Molinari, 2018 champion.
Yeah, about to say, drawing back the clock here.
Yeah, is 3 under par as well. Doug, and now it's on to Carnoustie.
Yeah, you might as well play Carnoustie. You're close while you're there. It's just fun to say Carnoustie. And now it's on to Carnoustie. Gosh, that's fun.
Scotty Scheffler probably should have scored much better than he did. He wound up finishing at 2 under par. Again, the leader 4 under par. But this is all really a formality because Alex Smalley will be hosting both the Claret Jug and the Calder Trophy on Sunday afternoon.
I don't think there's a Calder Trophy that goes with it.
They, of course,
would be really weird. You were given an NHL trophy on top of the British Open Championship.
Isn't it the Wanamaker?
Excuse me?
For the PGA?
No, the PGA is the Wanamaker.
Right, and he has that right now.
But they're playing the British Open now.
Nobody brought up Aaron Rye until you did.
I thought we were talking about Aaron Rye.
We're talking about Alex Smalley.
He doesn't have anything.
Oh, he's going to on Sunday, brother.
So he gets the Calder Trophy?
Calder Trophy and the Claret Jug, and he gets it at Carnoustie even though they're playing Birkdale.
Okay.
Does this make sense yet?
Does he get the Wickenheiser as well?
Don't you hockey groom me.
I think he might. If he asks nicely, they'd probably include that.
And then the Lady Bing?
Correct. I do like the Lady Bing. It's like guys didn't want to win it.
I wouldn't think so. It'd be like an affront to your manhood, wouldn't it?
Well, again, I've always said with the NHL, just give them the name of the trophy of the award they're winning, not the name. That it could be confusing to some people.
Yeah.
Is that like a sportsmanship award?
Yes.
Okay. It can still be called.
Play.
It can still be called the Lady Bing Trophy, but it's for the. What is it for? The best teammate.
Gentlemanly play.
Have the Blues had a Lady Bing winner?
Yeah, Hull might have won it one year.
I'll look it up.
I think he might have.
I think you're right. I do. Bunch of texts here. Got to get to them. You can text in. Hell, we'll read anything. You know that. 314-399-9646. Air Comfort Service text inbox. I'm hitting Fenton Bar and Grill before the Doggies game tonight. I need to take Tim's sleeping pill concoction so I can pass out until 5. That's from the TMA Vice President of Special Projects. So when I initially read that, I didn't follow. But I guess what this I assume lady is saying is that she's going to this game. She plans on having a bit of a pony down at the Doggies game, but needs to rest up. And so she needs my patented sleeping pill concoction.
Cocktail, even.
Thank you. That I snort through a $100 bill every evening off my nightstand, sometimes a mirror. And then she's going to go to Fenton Bar and Grill. Boy, I could use some of those tendies.
Yeah.
Trash tendies, please.
Okay. But not the sleeping pill concoction?
It's proprietary.
You still use that?
Oh, God, yeah.
Do you? You're not tired from just a regular day of working and golfing and
I'm tired from
kids
throwing 200 pitches to my 4-year-old, and now we're in the process of also playing catch while I'm in bed. You ever play catch while you're in bed?
I don't recall that.
Would that have made Field of Dreams better if Kevin Costner was in bed playing catch with his father?
You're lying in bed under the covers.
Right.
With a glove? You have a glove?
I'm so strong I don't need one.
You don't need a glove.
We're also using a 2-ounce plastic ball.
Oh, does he have a glove?
He does, I said, hey, this ball isn't going to really require a glove. I think it's more difficult to catch it with a glove. And also, I'm seeing 7 of you because I'm on so many pills.
I see.
That's the conversation. that I'm having.
You can't talk older brother into playing some of this catch and taking some of the burden off you?
No, he's
Not
out.
interested.
He's out like a light.
Okay.
He's gone. So it's me. Candidly, I'm trying to watch Uncle June and Tony are kind of battling things out here in season 1. I think I'm on episode Isabella.
Oh yeah, you. If you come again, you come heavier. Not at all.
Think about that.
You know, in my day, if you didn't have anybody to play catch with, you threw the ball against a pitchback and it bounced back to you.
Well, the
Can
Wizard,
you get one of those?
Ozzie Smith, always talked about how he, if I'm not mistaken, when he threw it off his, like the side of his house growing up in
Little wall ball.
Compton. Yeah. And I think that teaches you great hand-eye and reaction skills. So, yeah, that's what I'm tired from. But, yeah, I still just settle in with my cocktail.
Well, maybe buy him a pitchback if they're still out there somewhere. Put that in the basement and tell him to go throw the ball, and he can practice his fielding, and you can go to sleep.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
Do you mind buying that for me? Because that way,
I think a pitchback costs. We'll play Price is Right.
I haven't seen one in a store in a long time. But
I had one as a kid.
I did too. They used to be pretty popular.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Pretty affordable.
How much?
What do we got?
Let's Price is Right. Chairman,
It's time for Price is Right.
Chairman,
Oh,
you're out.
pitchback.
Yeah, I have to step
Chairman's
aside.
out.
Chairman's recused himself.
I'll say $40.
Okay. I'm going to average out what I have here with 3 of them. So give us a.
I'm going to say $69.99.
Okay, so I got.
That means we're warm.
Divided by 3. 44.3 is the average I'm
shipped it.
seeing.
Huh.
44 and a
I'm
half.
out of the showcase showdown.
Well, there's not much to it. Just a metal bar and a net in there.
Yeah.
Steps. The Wizard threw the ball up the steps. It's from Sharon and Clayton.
All right.
Whatever he did, I would suggest you try to do that because it seemed to work pretty well for him.
I have no idea why. So yeah, last night I am almost fully out, entering deep sleep period per my Whoop. Doug, here's my Whoop band. Want to see it? There it is. I just had to go out and get a hoodie for my car. And the 4-year-old comes running in, and he's crying. And I said, "What's the problem?" His older brother had struck him in the head.
Yeah, well,
because he was reading and he came in and wanted to play ball with him. So now I got to go in there and I said, "Here's a switch, here's a belt, and here's a wrench. It's your pick." And that's Goodwill Hunting, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said the wrench because F him. Is that what Matt Damon said in The Odyssey?
Yeah. He didn't say that in the Odyssey.
Spoiler alert.
Odysseus did not say that, but Will Hunting sure did.
So I go and I tend to the scuffle between the two boys, and the scuffle apparently was also about the older one had told the younger one that he could have his Ozzie Smith baseball card. There was an Ozzie Smith baseball card in the house, and then they got the Ozzie Smith baseball card. I said, "Hey, your brother got a picture with Ozzie Smith when I was the star of the 2019 Cardinal fantasy baseball camp when I beat out a double play when a 67-year-old chiropractor threw the ball away at first base."
Yeah. Made you the hero, didn't it?
Herculean effort.
And also in that fantasy camp, guess this could go up on the Instagram as well. I still don't have an explanation for it, but when you do the Cardinal fantasy camp, they all sit there, and I'm talking about all the guys, and you got Hall of Famers. I mean, on either side of me in the picture, on my right is Bruce Sutter, on my left is Ozzie Smith, on his left is Whitey Herzog, but there's like 50 former Cardinals in there. And so that makes it look like you're part of the team. It's not AI. You're sitting there with these guys. They let everybody come through. For some reason, the Wizard and I are holding hands in the picture.
Oh, no.
Yep.
You struck up a special friendship?
Ozzie enjoyed chirping me when I would be up.
Oh.
Because I did have the game-winning hit, although, again, it was an error by a 67-year-old chiropractor from the Metro East. I still counted it as a win. And so Ozzie would be managing the other club and expressing a lack of faith in my abilities from that dugout. And so we developed a bit of a bond of sorts during that time. I recall Andy Van Slyke and Tom Lawless were managing a team against our squad. They really didn't like my Gary Sheffield-like bat waggle.
Oh, you weren't doing that, were you?
Well, that's how I hit.
Okay.
That's how I got to the B team at St. Louis U High.
All right.
You don't change up right when you get to the big moments. You stick with what works.
You bring the girl that you bet online to the dance with you. I believe that's the saying.
Yeah.
Sheffield did that because his bat was so quick as a kid, he had to slow himself down or he'd be ahead in front of everything.
Similar to Tim.
Yeah.
So you're facing pitching from, I don't know, an accountant or, a plumber or something. You've got to slow your bat down.
Yeah, Andy Van Slyke didn't care for it, candidly.
Yeah.
And they were really also not particularly supportive. But because I wasn't seated next to Tom Lawless or Andy Van Slyke, I didn't have the opportunity to hold their hands during the photo. But I was seated next to Ozzie Smith. And again, for some reason, I'm holding the Wizard's hand in the picture.
Like fingers interlocked? Wow.
Didn't Bob Gibson and Bob
wild.
Uecker take a picture like that? And like the 64 team, I think.
Is that right?
One of those. They took a gag picture and it showed up as the official team photo. They're holding hands.
When I typed in Bob Gibson, Bob, and the letter U, it auto-completed to Uecker holding hands.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. And
Maybe that's why the Wizard did it, because I sure as hell didn't know about that until just
Gibson
now.
64 team photo.
Yeah, Gibson has a little head tilt going too with it. It's very cute.
Are you doing the
Sassy.
lopsided thing?
No, it's like just the way he's
caught it.
He's just so excited to be hanging out with Uecker, it looks like.
I've never admitted this on the air, but I submitted a formal protest, and I had the official scorebook changed to Tim's winning. It's a hit. It's not an error.
Thank you.
Is that right?
You just did the right thing, sir. That's one of the most honorable things in the 22-year history of this presentation.
So
I would have beaten it out.
The guy fielded the ground ball and made a horrific throw to first base.
No, see, you sound like an ass.
And we're
it proves
counting
that you
that as
don't
a
know what
hit?
you're talking about. No. Critical moment in the game. And I hit a, God, I would say at least 8-mile-an-hour ground ball
Yeah.
to short. And they go 6-4, and they're trying to turn the double play. But here I am monitoring my speed down the line because I want to be able to play golf later that afternoon. And because the throw bounced 8 times and then was 7 feet down the line, I beat it out.
So it's kind of like a fielder's choice a little bit, maybe?
No, hit.
Correct.
Okay. I'm on board.
Well, it's not a hit if they got the force at second.
Stop.
Do I get the RBI?
Yeah, definitely.
You're damn right I do.
On an
Did we
error,
win the game?
You don't get an RBI on
They
an
would-
error.
but if
Well,
it's
that's why
not
Chairman
an error.
Kurt having it.
If he would have beat it out, then it wouldn't have been there.
It can't be a hit if they got an out on the play.
Can't be that. It can't, but he can still get the RBI.
On a fielder's choice, you would get an RBI.
Right.
But this was an errant throw.
I thought it bounced just a bunch. It's just it took a while to get there.
Well, it was offline, it was slow, and it bounced a bunch. But I beat it out.
Right. It doesn't matter. He beat it out.
Okay. And somebody scored on that?
To win the game.
Oh. Well, then why didn't they throw home? Why were they trying to get you out?
Yeah.
Was there one out?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, if they get this out at second, or if they get Tim
Right.
out, then the
They
game's
won
over.
the game.
They thought the double play would end the game.
Right.
Instead, a runner scored. Should have been to tie the game. If they were ahead thinking they were going to win. Now we got 2 runs scoring on this play?
Can you just stop?
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure it
Maybe
out.
the bases were juiced.
So 2 runs scored on a double play attempt.
The throw got away because they saw the speed with which I was running half-assed down the line so I could play golf later that afternoon. And they knew that it was like trying to catch Coleman on a 6-4-3.
Came up with the bases loaded, down by a run with 1 out.
Right.
You hit a little dribbler to short.
Your words, sir.
They say the guy wants to golf. We're going to turn 2. Let's go for the Herbert Hoover. They get the out at second. The chiropractor is so weak, he can't throw from second base to first base. Errant throw, runner from third, runner from second score, and somehow you're the hero.
Chairman Kurt's review confirms.
You concerned about the second
I
sackers?
also granted him MVP of the entire camp.
Did you really? Okay.
You can't give an error on a double play attempt. That's from Doug's Ding Dong.
Is that true?
You
I
can't.
don't
You
think
can
that's-
never assume the double play.
Yeah, I got.
You
now
can't
I get
assume
that.
it, but if you make a throw and somebody advances a run, it's absolutely
if
an
you
error.
launch it into the 5th row, I think you can call it an
Not
error.
when Tim's hitting.
Or if you don't make it halfway there.
Why you got to be a hater, Doug? That's from a 720.
I'm just trying to figure this out.
I'm just imagining
Tom Seaver deep. I'm the only one that can do it.
I'm just imagining the throw from second, the ball just hitting the ground 6 times.
That's how
You'd have to really try to make a throw that bad.
6 years old, you throw like that.
I swear, one of the times before Ozzie and I held hands in the picture, he was sitting there, like sitting on one of those buckets where you would like collect the balls after infield, and he was really giving me a piece of his mind while while I'm up to bat. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm going to be able to hit the ball, and I did, but it was kind of like what happened in Major League when the great Tom Berenger. Did he have a swinging bunt, or did he actually bunt? Pete Vukovich?
I think he took a little half swing at it.
Well, I took a full swing, and it still looked like a bunt.
That's the best feeling in baseball, when you really take a big hack at it, and it goes about 3 feet in front of you with backspin.
The Wizard could not have been more delighted at the full swing that resulted in a ball going 4 feet.
Yeah. Like a punch hitter in softball.
I mean, who is he?
Thank you.
Is this the same baseball you played where you borrowed one of the Munchkin spike slippers?
Oh, but now we're going to do lopsided and height jokes. Chairman Kurt just took off his headphones. He's out.
Was it Billy Barty or Mickey Carroll? Was one of those guys?
Mickey Carroll gave me his slippers. Different scene.
Okay.
Yeah, and they put studs in them.
It's not an error if Tim hit it. That's from the text inbox. And that's literally the name of the poster is the text inbox. That's meta.
Doug, when you were raising children, did they ever want to pitch and then want you to squat like a catcher that catch the ball?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Was that always like pretty tough to be like, well, I just got done with work and now I have to go squat down and try to catch these balls?
I wouldn't really squat, just get on a knee.
My dad always sat on a bucket.
I was the same with my dad. I would think that would be like, after a while, I'd be like, all right, kid.
My brother was a pretty good pitcher in high school, threw pretty hard, and my dad I couldn't catch him because I was 3 years younger, so my dad would have to catch him. He threw a pitch once. My dad was right up against the house. Wild pitch. It hits the cement part of the basement. Came back, hit my dad in the back of the head. We had to drag him back inside.
You enjoy violence against family stories.
It like knocked him out. Trying the best he could to catch his 18-year-old son throwing, I don't know how hard he threw, but hard enough that it ricocheted off the foundation of the house, hit him in the back of the head, and knocked him silly.
I saw an umpire in like a 6-year-old game recently that in the same game took 3 foul balls right to the jump.
Yeah, I saw it.
Gosh.
Furious about the catcher, wasn't he?
I don't know if the catcher could have done anything about any of it anyway, but he went down hard.
That's what I imagine as a father would be tough, is when your kid is adamant they want to pitch and they want you to squat to catch it. They just be like, oh, God, my legs are going to die out here.
You just kneel down. There's no squatting. You're not trying to throw out any base runners. Well, when they're little, you can catch. Up until about 13 or 14, there's not much they can throw at you that you can't handle.
Right. I'm just saying, just on your knees.
The problem is, as they get older and throwing harder, you're also getting older, and it's harder to catch. By the time you're, 55 years old and the guy's out there throwing 85 miles an hour, it's not so easy to get the short hops.
Tim, have you and Ozzie ever discussed this? Jackson and I were on the putting green a couple weeks ago. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Like, hey, 7 years ago at fantasy camp, we held hands.
He would just laugh and be like, oh, yeah, what a great day. That's like Ozzie. His on the air is the same as he off the air.
Greatest ambassador, at least in my lifetime, for St. Louis.
Yeah, he's the greatest. Yeah, we were on the putting green. It was me, Tim, and Ozzie. And I said, this is the kind of putting green I like. Me, Tim, and the Wizard.
Yep.
Oh, God, got to get Tim in there. After you held hands, you didn't slide into his DMs or anything, did you?
I might now. Okay. I guess I'm going to post that picture on my Instagram.
All right.
Yeah. I said, I actually got a picture with Ozzie. Me, your mom, and your brother got a picture with Ozzie when I did fantasy camp. And I said, now that I think about it, I have a picture holding hands with Ozzie. But the 4-year-old hasn't gotten to the point where he starts asking questions there.
Right.
Like everybody in the audience is currently doing. And by the way, they're fair questions.
I could see why you wouldn't bring it up. I never told my kids I ballroom danced with Walter Payton either.
Does Greg Vaughn know about it now?
I hope not.
Don't gatekeep that from people.
You won't watch the 85 Bears the same.
No, it's hard to.
Text in 314-399-9646. That's how you can get involved in the program. You can also do so in the Form Energy YouTube chat, the TMASTL YouTube channel. The program is called The Morning After, and it airs on 101 ESPN. Delmar Mortgage is online at delmarmortgage.com, and Ryan Luchtefeld of Delmar Mortgage is who I am working with, and he gives out his personal number for you to call or text and work with him as well if you're looking to buy a home or to refinance. 618-593-3608. Ryan Luchtefeld has been working in the industry now for close to a quarter century, 13 years with Delmar Mortgage, and Delmar Mortgage has been around for 60 years. It's a family-owned business. It's who I'm working with. It's who my family's working with, and therefore I can firsthand say to you it's who you can be working with if you are looking to buy a home or refinance. It's a personal local touch, but with all the necessary technology to make the process smooth and easy. Pre-approvals and fast-track options that'll make your offer stick out to local sellers and listing agents and closings in as little as 2 weeks. It's Ryan Luchtefeld and Delmar Mortgage, 618-593-3608, or online at delmarmortgage.com. Market. Sick. Market moves.
That's right. It's time for Market Moves presented by Stifel.
Yep. What do we got, Papers?
So there's Fanatics Fest going on right now, Tim. It's obviously a slow time in sports, so a lot of athletes are there, and you can take pictures with some athletes, and they have some prices for how expensive it is to take pictures with some of these popular athletes, Doug. I think you'll like some of these numbers.
Gosh.
So Chad Ochocinco up first. He's been on this program and was a delight. Just $87 to take a picture with Ocho.
You're kidding me.
ROI season.
Well, that's the cheapest one I'm going to list here, Doug. Livy Dunn. She, of course, of LSU Gymnastics.
Oh, boy, I assume security's around for that.
Yeah, big time. Paul Skeen.
That's like the incel bat signal.
Only $114 for Liv Dunn.
How do you come up with 114?
That's how much it costs.
Wouldn't you just say 115?
These
numbers,
these numbers are per front office sports. Maybe Mike Tyson, Doug. You want to take one with the former heavyweight champ?
150.
Not a bad guess. It's going to cost you $228.
Oh,
ROI.
Carl Anthony Towns, NBA champion. Cat. That's just going to cost you $338.
Oh, gosh.
Rob Gronkowski, your favorite, Doug.
You're a Gronk guy?
I've never said that. I
BB
liked
Jones?
him. Yeah. 500. No, 502.
$409.
Pretty good. Pretty good guess.
Okay.
You want Brett Favre? He's a guy who's certainly ethical with his money.
$478.
$474. Good guess.
Oh,
there,
my
Doug.
God.
Gosh. Okay.
And the most expensive, Jalen Brunson, for NBA champ with the Knicks. You want to take a picture, just one image with Jalen Brunson. That's going to cost you $937.
It's the 37, the 74. Round it off.
So that's going on at Fanatics.
And you think people are really doing that?
I think so. Someone's doing it.
I would think these people get stopped daily from people saying, "Can I get a picture?" And they say, "Sure," and they do their and snap it for nothing, right?
Yeah, right. Nothing more pathetic than paying to take photos with another man. That was from Warren Wilhelm.
Yeah, yeah. If it comes naturally or something, you're golfing with him or something, that's not a big deal. But to pay to stand next to someone else like that?
Who's the most noteworthy person you have a picture with, Doug?
It's a good question right there. I'd be curious on
not
this.
many.
Muhammad Ali, when you took the interview.
I guess I could have a still shot of but that doesn't count.
Yeah, like a posed, like...
Okay.
I wouldn't have very many good ones because I was never that guy that wanted that.
Yeah, it'd be probably tough for you to just be like, hey, after we interview, can we take a picture?
That's definitely a no-no when you're a reporter saying, "Oh, yeah, I just grilled you. Now, can I get a picture with you, please?"
Mine's Jason Tatum, I would say.
That's yours?
Jay Tatum.
It's a good one.
Saw him at Ambrier.
Really?
Mm-hmm. A couple of years ago. Probably like 5 or 6 years ago at this point. I think he was out there with his dad, maybe.
Doug, if he has his sequencing right, I bet he can hit it about 700 yards.
I think he's got the bug.
I don't know if the sequencing's right, though, Jackson. I don't know.
I think he's got the bug. He plays a lot.
Oh, yeah, he does. Mark it.
I never got a picture with a president or anything.
I'm going through my pictures in an attempt to get this Ozzie Smith hand-holding image up on Instagram. And I see I have one. Me and my wife and Lisa Ann. Honestly, that probably is the most famous person I have a picture with.
That might be Jason Tatum for me, too.
You'd be butt tied for first for that one there.
Oh, Jason Tatum's a lot more famous than Lisa Ann.
Probably. Maybe not a lot more. I wouldn't say a lot more.
I'm sure he is.
I wouldn't say a lot more, but I would say more.
You think there's more incels or NBA fans?
I'm hoping NBA fans.
The Venn diagram, you can have a shared section of that Venn diagram.
Almost every sports fan in America knows who Jason Tatum is.
Yeah.
And every sports fan knows who Lisa Ann is.
I didn't until she was on our show.
You guys share a birthday.
Yeah.
That's true.
You had to have known.
I don't know everyone who shares my birthday.
Nice show,
my friend Jeff.
Yeah, and I think producer Pete, too, right?
Oh, Gangster Pete?
Gangster Pete.
No, Seymour.
That's it. Yeah, Seymour. You're right.
I share one with 50 Cent and President George W. Bush.
Really?
That would be a fun golf threesome right there. 50 Cent and GW.
Yeah.
Now watch this drive, Doug.
Watch what?
Now watch this drive.
Oh.
Famous line.
Yeah.
Doug, I'm going to show you, and then I'll get it on. Here's...
See how Tim brought the mic with him while I did that?
Oh,
He's
man,
a pro.
Oh, boy, you are locked in kind of a finger-locking embrace there.
Got Engine 42 on my right. Wizard's got the white rat on his left, and there's just two guys holding hands in the middle.
Is there a reason why you were holding hands?
I don't know. Well, again, I wouldn't have just grabbed his hand and said, "Hey, Ozzie."
Yeah.
I don't know.
It'd be surprising if you made that play.
Were they soft?
I wouldn't say soft. I'd say supple.
Oh. Remember they arrested that senator from Idaho for having a wide base, trying to send a signal that way.
That Minneapolis airport.
Could be the same thing.
How dare you? All right, that's going up on the Timothy Michael McKernan Instagram. Enjoy it.
Just another ridiculously successful market move segment in the books.
Someone paid for that.
How dare you again?
Seriously, I'm getting pissed.
Guys, the most famous photo I have is with Tim, and I've met some very famous people. That's from Sniffin' Holes. Guys, I share a birthday with Ron Gant. That's from Ray King.
That's nice. That is a nice one there.
I don't know who I share one with.
Hey, guys, I have a pick after a Mizzou game with Bo Prabula one time. Thanks. That's from Big Tuft.
Yeah.
You know his material?
I can smell it, Big Tuft coming a mile away.
There's another one. KG stalking around 4 hours post-game to get a picture with Bo Prabula. That's from the TMA Reddit Insider.
Did you ever think maybe he asked me?
Doug?
That could well have happened.
Frankly, I didn't think so. But that could be on me. Boy, not many famous birthdays I share with.
What are you, 315? You March 15th?
March 13th. Oh, William H. Macy. There we go.
That probably delights you.
Little Bill.
They call him Little Bill?
That was his big character in Boogie Nights.
Is that right?
Yeah, Little Bill.
Boy, one of the greatest cuckold victims of all time, right?
Maybe the.
Yeah. Poster boy.
Severe
Maybe.
cuckold victim.
Yeah, and didn't end well.
What happened to him?
Well, you marry Nina Hartley. I mean, you got to understand that you're going to miss some putts, if you know what I mean.
100%, but he was misguided, that's no doubt.
Yeah, bad beat. Fortunately, the Colonel was there to help everybody out.
He had a tough ending for the Colonel, too.
Certainly a matter of opinion.
The opinion of the California penal system was quite swift.
Let's see. The Wizard said I was the best glove he ever saw at Marshall Fields. Too bad every season was canceled due to floods, or I'd be heading to Cooperstown now. Valley Park leads the league in FUPAs per capita. That's from Shipley Pibbles. Just a bunch of those, like it was kind of like a back of a baseball card right there.
FUPA per capita? Capita, whatever. Some of those big old gas stations, you can see some real action there.
Now, what is it? Now, what did that just mean, right there?
You know, like I don't want to call AM about by name, but like the very big gas stations where they're.
What is Jackson trying to say? I don't want to say it.
Taffy and peanuts and jerky everywhere.
Oh, Turkish taffy?
Not Turkish taffy, but just taffy. Saltwater usually. There's some big people there.
God, man.
What's that exit about 2/3 of the way to Columbia? There's some truck. Kingdom City.
That's where Gasper's is. That's where Bob Costas said they had a delightful banana cream pie.
Oh, yeah.
I saw some big eaters at Lambert's down there in Sykeston where they throw the rolls at you. Oh, these were professional.
What kind of food do they serve down there?
Home cooking.
Yeah.
Something in butter.
But there were some people walking in there every bit of $4.
Were they walking or waddling?
They were waddling.
When Jackson and I went to Vegas, we were on Fremont Street, and there's a restaurant where I think if you weighed over X amount, you ate for free.
It was Heart Attack Grill. Yeah, I think it just closed.
Really?
Fremont Street alone, like downtown Vegas there, big folk. Big folk.
They actually advertise you get to eat free?
Big sign.
Yeah, I think that restaurant closed.
How much did you have to wait before you ate free?
I don't know. What was it called, Jackson?
Heart Attack Grill. I think it just closed.
Yeah, permanently closed.
Everybody died.
Yeah, that's one of the issues. The business model.
You do need patrons.
Goes over $350. We call that Arnold.
And so you ate as much as you want for free, or just one order?
I don't know, but if you didn't finish your food, you got publicly paddled. It's cash only and offered no salads.
Cash only, no salads. That's a good little.
That sounds like a fun place.
You can text into the program 314-399-9646. Who's the most famous person you have a picture with posing with, though? That's the clarification, posing?
I guess, yes. No candids.
I don't know. I feel good about my Lisa Ann play. I got to be honest with you. It's TMA 101 ESPN. TMA 101 ESPN. Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Chairman Kurt slides into the dais here in the Stifel studios in the 10 o'clock hour. Martin deals with that onboarding. Little Jackie Papers loved that Rascal Puff on the ones and twos. Doug, the picture of Ozzie Smith and I and the team picture holding hands is now up on Instagram. So
okay.
If people want to see it.
He'll probably want to say that, too. You ought to send that to him. Ozzie.
Do you have his...
I don't, no.
Joey Miners from Filoni's is the most famous St. Louis person I have a picture with. That's from Semo Indians. Doug, well, I got to tell you, that's also Uncle Leo's, and, I mean, that pizza, Pawns.
Yeah.
Same with the wings, man.
Great family,
Fungo
great
wings.
people. Yeah.
Truly. Yeah, I'm a Joey and John Miners lemming.
Oh, yeah, me too.
God, that pizza's good. Is that YOLO? I'm just
No,
being honest.
now that I have my appetite back and it doesn't hurt to eat anything, pizza is soon up on my list.
Doug, this text has been sent in now 6 times. Guys, St. Louis City play today. Yoo-hoo. Then the next text sent a minute later. Yoo-hoo.
Don't like it.
Guys, St. Louis City play football today.
I don't like that.
And this was sent 2 times at 10:31. Yoo-hoo. Boys, St. Louis City play football today. Yoo-hoo, little boys. St. Louis City play football today. And then at 10:49. Yoo-hoo, little boys. St. Louis City play football today.
Suspension. Who
You know
wants
what to do, Doug.
618.
618, you just got yourself suspended for obnoxious texting. That'll cost you 2 days' time on the suspension list. Thank you, appliance discounters, for your fabulous suspension logule.
I have a picture with Mark from Mark's Mulch and Bra Emporium that was taken next to the Bear Claw machine at Charcoal House. That's from Mrs. Jandy Shanahan.
They have a bear claw machine?
I don't think they would.
What was that? What would that entail? Like one of the claw machines where you have to try to grab some pastries? They would have to go bad, wouldn't they? They'd be sitting in there for a while.
Well, the claw machine is always a very popular thing among kids.
Right.
But this is a bear claw that's grabbing pastries? Sounds kind of fun, really.
Yeah. Grabbing a stolen.
You like a stolen?
I don't mind a stolen.
I like hearing it.
Or a scone.
Love a scone.
They're a little dry sometimes.
I love
like
Tommy
that, though.
Sabulka and I love Brian Gregg over at VIP Auto Accessories. Sponsor the Drops of the Week. Papers, you're going to have a lot to work with, but you only were here for a handful of days functioning on all cylinders. I don't know how it's going to go tomorrow.
We'll make it happen.
All right, fair enough. VIPAutoAccessories.com. That's Tommy Sabulka and Brian Grigg, and they have been in business in St. Louis since 1979. VIP Auto Accessories with 4 departments under one roof. In addition to commercial upfits, you have graphic solutions, hail repair, and touch-up aftermarket. For all your commercial vehicle upfit needs, ask for Tommy Sabulka. And for all your aftermarket vehicle accessories needs, ask for Brian Grigg and tell him TMA sent you. It's VIPAutoAccessories.com. We'll have the winner of the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today coming up. It's TMA 101 ESPN. Michael's Flooring's been family and locally owned for over 30 years. Michael takes pride in helping and making sure his employees are happy and making a great living. You can go online right now and get 3 samples free from Proximity Mills. Just go to igotfloored.com. Michael's passion's flooring. When you order from him, he wants you to have the best experience for the best price. That's why he's making sure he gets the best installers and giving them $7 a square yard, which is incredible compensation in this industry. Just come in or talk to him. You're going to see the difference. They want to make sure they suggest the best thing for you and not pushing what corporate's telling them they have too much of. They have it all, but carpet's awesome, and it's back. They have so many varieties of all flooring in 3 easy-to-get-to locations in St. Louis. They are in Creve Coeur, they are in Darden Prairie, and they are in St. Peters. Come see why people are loving getting floored by Michael, and make sure you visit igotfloored.com. McKernan.com.
This is Jackson with a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. Cardinals back in action tomorrow evening as they take on the Diamondbacks in Phoenix. 8:40 p.m. first pitch. No starter listed as of yet. That was another Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
All right, Papers, who won our Design Air Heating and Cooling game today?
The winner today, the TMA Troubadour.
TMA Troubadour starting to play really well.
Yep.
Starting to play really well. Michael's Baths plays really well, too, if you're looking to redo your bathrooms. Michael's Baths, they create elevated bathroom spaces that blend luxury, comfort, and smart design, all tailored to the way you live. Martin Kilcoyne just had his family's bathroom for his kids done by Michael's Baths. They're online at michaelsbaths.com. It's not a temporary fix. It's not a quick cover-up. It's complete transformation. You look at the before and after pictures, you are going to see that firsthand. It's built to last and built to add value to your home. With 30 years of experience, all 5-star reviews, an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and VA recommended, Michael's Baths delivers craftsmanship you can trust without gimmicks or high-pressure sales. It's Michael's Baths at michaelsbaths.com or call 636-775-0800. You can ask about financing options, including 0% interest upon approval. Michael's Baths, family-owned, insured, and where everyday bathrooms become something exceptional. All right, Doug. I guess we got one choice, and that's to shut it down and then head down the hallway and do our best with it.
Okay, we'll handle the Strode situation.
That's correct. And we will be on the TMA STL YouTube channel from now until 12 p.m. with After the Morning After. BK and Ferrario are coming up next here on 101 ESPN, followed by the Fast Lane from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. For Jackson Burkett, for Chairman Kurt, for Martin Kilcoyne, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been The Morning After, presented to you by Brown & Crouppen on 101 ESPN from the Stifel Studios.